I'm not doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fucking iceholes like yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to just stick the H in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God, there's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygator. Diamond dogs have struck again. No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Four of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. 1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers podcast, back on a Monday night for your podcast entertainment.
Your listening pleasure.
Yeah. Big week, a lot to go through tonight, so we'll get started right away here. Just sitting here eating pork rinds and eating taco truck jelly beans brought to us by Jared.
Yeah,
So
tell your mom thanks for bringing these pork rinds.
You're
awesome.
Pork rinds.
Jared sent us jelly beans, like 3 are good and the rest are terrible. So it's one of those.
Yeah,
The flavors, what were they again? They are guacamole, margarita, churros, salsa, beef taco, and horchata. Horchata's good. Churro and margarita, salsa, guacamole, beef taco, no bueno.
yeah. I think we got E. coli.
Yeah, they were raw. So let's start short, like real quick. We got a lot to go through, but let's start like I always do. Hours a week. Ed, Willie here, Jared's here too. Eric will be joining us. Or Jace, Eric will be joining us, I believe soon. But right now, let's start with Ed. How was your week?
We had a good week. I mean, I was sick to start the week, but then we went to Bon Jovi last week. You remember? Right after the show. Yeah, we had a good time, man. I got some bad medicine. I felt better.
We were living on our prayer that night.
Yeah, I kind of was. But yeah, I mean, that was my whole week. I think. I don't know. I really, you know what? We've been doing this thing. My wife now's she's making me eat eat vegetarian meals like a couple times a week. You know, kind of weird. You know, because I'm fat. You guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Also, you know, but yeah, probably like 2 meatless dinners. That'll be like, you know. But I bet you guys can't guess my favorite vegetable.
Carrot.
Eggplant.
Wow.
I was gonna say Joe Biden, but yeah, yeah, the cucumber was.
The eggplant was big.
Yeah, my ass is hurting just thinking about that right now. Delicious.
Willie, how was your week?
What was your favorite vegetable?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, okay, all right. Just kidding. Yeah, it was a great time at Bon Jovi. First time I've ever seen him. Thank you, Scott. It was an awesome time.
Good.
Had a nice dinner at A&W.
Ooh, A&W, yeah.
That was good. Good.
I like the picture.
You playing the time.
Oh yeah, the NW.
Yeah.
Yeah, showing you up because I know it's your favorite place.
And then what did I do? I went to Madison this weekend and went to my goddaughter who plays for Michigan State, Cameron Evans, play the Badgers. I got to tell you, I hope that's not the field they play at all the time because it's
Not impressive.
not impressive at all. The stands look like I'm at a elementary school stands. I mean, they're not
Is
that
it on
big.
campus?
It's on campus. Yeah, right by the lake there. I mean, it's not very good.
Down by the band field, like. I
I
think
forget the name of it, but I was not impressed at all. I mean, there's the track goes around it too, so it's a track and the soccer field as well. But yeah, they played to a 1-1 tie, so it was a good time.
Nice. Yeah.
What about yourself?
Bon Jovi with you guys.
That was
That's about all I did. I think this week. Let me think. Getting ready to go to Florida. No show next week, so this is why we got an action-packed show tonight. I think a lot of us will be out of town.
Oh my God! Here's a warning here. Eric will be here in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
it was a good show, guys.
Good show, guys. Have a good one, guys.
What did you learn?
Yeah, Ed, you'll be out of town next week. I think Eric will be out of town next week. Willie, you gonna be out of town? Or you're gonna be around?
Never go anywhere.
I don't think we should really tell our crowd because I mean half of them are criminals. You know, they're gonna be guys hanging around my pool in the. I got a pond. Pond's better for them.
I don't think it's a pool.
Yeah.
They're not very bright either.
Hope your chickens aren't walking funny when they get home.
Well, speaking of something weird today, I get a text from Bob Lorenzo out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, I'm hanging out with your bro-in-law at his office," and I'm like, "What the hell?" Like, my brother-in-law. What are you talking about? So, no, Brent's train got stuck. So Bob was, but he's awesome. He gave me some rocks for the kids.
Nice.
I was trying to figure out what the hell I thought Bob was, fell off the wagon.
Bob didn't think it was awesome. I think I went text going, "Oh, the rocks for my payments."
I got two quarts and a sapphire.
I need one more sapphire for this train. But anyway, tonight's show, MLB preview. The season just began a couple nights ago, or a couple days ago. We're getting going here. Also, the NBA playoff preview we'll talk about. The Masters recap. Scotty Scheffler, big win in Augusta this past weekend. And we'll talk about a few other things as usual. Let's start out as we usually do with good, bad, and ugly. We'll start good, bad, and ugly tonight. With some topics to start with. Let's start with. I'll start out tonight. I'm gonna start with my ugly. And I'm not hoping I'm stealing yours at all, Ed.
No, you won't be.
I'm just gonna say right now, and I know it's only been 4 games now. The Brewers are tending to take the route of the Packers now and not getting guys to make the team better because their lineup is not good at all. Their lineup hitting wise is not that good. Their pitching will come around. Their pitching struggled, but I just think that's ugly right now. I watching the guys like we tell us the guys like it's like I get it, but I mean, wouldn't Schwarber look much better in that position on the order? I mean, and once again, you got to you have a window. You have 3 pitchers under contract for another year, whatever it is, that are controlled. You can, and you're a hater who, if you're not going to trade, you're going to use him up. So you need to do it now. And you have Devin Williams. You got Ashby, who struggled a little bit, but he should come around. So I really think they're missing a boat with it. I really think they're missing a boat. They're swinging and missing, and I just don't like. Just watching, I watched a little bit of the game on Sunday, and they did win the game. But just watching it, I mean, their lineup is watching them play. It's not much different than the Cubs lineup. The Cubs lineup has been stripped down and kind of rebuilt a little bit. So besides maybe Yelich getting hot again, which I think he started a little better out this year, Yelich probably could have another MVP season. You never know. They really don't have any. McCutchen, 25 home runs and 250. That's a lot of guys out there that are younger. You'd have got that for, maybe would have carried you a little further, but I don't know. That's my ugly. What do you guys think?
I agree. I mean, they've started off really bad now against the Cubs and the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 teams they should be
down. There's a cakewalk going there.
A third place team average picking, maybe a 4th, and against the bottom.
And here's the thing:
it's the 4 games.
The games are going to get tougher now too. So I mean, you're giving away wins here. They should have probably been 3-1 out of this.
Yeah.
So just say they gave away 2 wins here. Are we going to remember this at the end of the year when they need those 2 wins? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well,
but they're pitching. Well, we'll get on with that.
Yeah. Okay. You're ugly. Go ahead.
My ugly is the Royals and the Indians the other day. I don't know if anybody saw that score.
Yeah.
The Royals had, if you'd have looked at their top prospects a couple years ago, they had was it Chris Bubik, Jackson Kowar, Brady Singer. Those guys were 3 top pitchers that were going to come out and just be top of the rotation guys. They threw that game. It was 2 days ago now. 6 innings, 20 hits, 16 runs between the 3 of them. I mean, none of them could get anybody out. And it's like those guys were that was like their future. So,
great. I mean,
we've been listening, hearing how those 3 guys were going to be the shit.
You know, last year we, as Cubs fans, we I think we agreed to what they did was what they had to do. A lot of Cubs fans were pounding their fists and all that. We don't know how lucky the Cubs were in those years, but the guys they actually thought would pan out, they didn't win a championship.
Pretty much all of them except Alomar.
Yeah, and
Almora.
But he was still a great. He was probably one of the best defensive center fielders in the baseball.
But he might have been even the other than Bryant, the guy that was going to be, and he didn't turn out.
But to be honest, they actually had what you just said. I mean, that's for example. They thought they were going to win a championship.
You cannot count on rookie pitchers like that.
Yep.
I just, and they've got a couple. Royals got like 2 more young guys coming up. That Asa something, Lacey. Okay. And these guys are supposed to be stud pitchers, but again, you're seeing it. These guys get up to the majors, and they get beat. Matt Manning last year. I mean, you can go right down the line. Pearson, rookie pitchers, Mackenzie Gore.
Yep.
So I don't know. I kind of like the way the Cubs have done it, which is
I think
going hitters, and hopefully you hit on 1 or 2 pitchers.
Willie, you got an ugly.
I do. It would have to be Garrett Cole crying about game started a whole 4 minutes late.
Yeah, and it threw him off.
And then think about this, and I guess he had a terrible first thing from what I understand. But then you got to think about Max Scherzer. he was delayed by 30 minutes because they had lighting issues at was it City Field?
Yeah, they were at City Field.
City Field there, and they had like 30 minutes delay there, but he came out and he pitched well. So I mean, these prima donnas, see what happens when the guy has to shave his facial hair off.
Yeah. Trim those sideburns, Mattingly.
Chase, you have an ugly?
Honestly, not really. Just it's
Okay.
not really an ugly.
My turn. So it'd be nice to
Just gonna
include
babble over there.
you. My bad. I can't have. I'm gonna do a 2-part bad. Okay.
Okay.
Because I have to. It's not sports related, but I'm just gonna say it, and we're gonna move on. We'll talk about it. But no matter how much you love or hate our president, to ignore him when he's trying to talk to you somewhere is ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say.
I already made one joke tonight.
President Obama ignored our president.
Yes. So did our vice president
In a spotlight, and I think it's ridiculous. And I love or hate the guy. He's still our president, and if you can't respect him, shows you a lot what what's going on with this country right now. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to use an example. Put Trump's face on Obama's right now. What would have happened then? You only saw the article like once.
Well, he'd have a bigger penis.
So anyway, I'm going to do my sports fan now, though. My sports fan, I'm going to move to this. Bad. Tiger Woods' leg was terrible yesterday. The last days walk.
He was struggling.
I felt terrible for the guy. I think what he did last weekend was incredible, but the leg is bad. I still think my call is he's still going to try to get off the British Open. That's one of his favorite tournaments.
Oh yeah, he committed. He committed to it.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
he did commit to it.
He might skip the U.S. and the 2 Opens coming. He might skip those, but I think that he's a big fan of the Open as much as the Masters. I think I really do, and I think he'll try to get out there.
Yeah, they had his Eddie
he talked about that. Yep.
Waddle and Sylvie today talking about that. And, one of the things I guess he does too to try to strengthen that leg is walk in the sand.
Oh,
because it's hard to. You really have to put a lot of work into it that way. So.
Okay.
But he's committed to.
I didn't hear that.
The British Open.
Okay,
yes,
good. I'm glad. Bad.
I had the Brewers starting pitching.
Okay.
They put their 3 best pitchers up against a pretty beat up Cubs team.
That was only like the second time in history that a team has to face 3 All-Star pitchers to start season.
Really?
I believe it was. Think about it. Very rarely you face 3 All-Stars start season stuff. That's good for the Brewers. They had 3 All-Stars yesterday. But.
And and I understand it's early in the year, but also pitching always ahead of hitting early in the year.
Well, yeah, because
almost
always cold, and it was cold too.
Yeah.
Sunday was a nice.
So
day
the pitchers had it. If you've ever played especially baseball, softball's even tough enough. When you're playing baseball and you take one in on the hands, oh my God, you can't feel your hands. Tomorrow, it just burns.
Yeah.
So
like
yeah, it's a different kind of burn. But yeah, they. Well, I hope I got some of fantasy. I'm hoping they pick their shit up.
Yeah,
But yeah, they look pretty bad. All 3 starting pitchers got beat up by that Cubs team.
Really bad.
Bad. I'm gonna call it the Kerplunk effect. So, you thought you saw a lot of guys getting hit. You did. The 50 hit batters through the first 90 games were .51 per game being hit, and it was .59 through Saturday. So. Someone was saying you can attribute to these pitchers throwing a lot more breaking balls, and with the cold weather and stuff like that, they don't get the grip on it. Don't get the grip on it. So that's why a lot of these guys. But I mean, you think about that game with the Nationals and the Mets. Fonzo get hit in the mouth, and
of course I got him. Yeah,
you know about this stuff here. So yeah, I think worst I've ever seen it. But I guess for the season last year. The rate was .43.
Almost double, or it was.
Well, it was
0.59.
0.59.
Okay.
So I mean, but just to go from what the season ending
still
was
quite
last
a
year.
bit.
Yeah. So I mean, 98 games.
50% higher.
Right.
My good is we kind of touched on it. It's early in the year. I understand this. Preview. They're not going to be one of my playoff picks even. But the Cubs' approach right now, I think, is pretty nice. I like what they're doing. I like the approach to plate. It's a refreshing approach. A lot of walking. I mean, I think the leadoff man for the Cubs walked 3 times yesterday. I believe whoever started the game.
No, that was 2 days ago.
As leadoff hitter.
Oh,
It was
Ortega.
Ortega.
But then they brought in
Frazier.
Hermeliso
Oh, yeah.
or whatever to the
Yeah.
third at bat, and they walked 3 straight times to lead off.
Mhm.
And I believe so. I like the approach, and like I said, the first thing I think I texted to you was 1 strikeout in the inning. It was a bloop. Balls in play.
Yep.
Balls in play. You can bloop balls in. You can get a bad bobble, a dribble in the infield, anything. The guy's on base.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do the one from Bull Durham, a duck fart, a Baltimore chop. When he just keeps going on and on.
But you know what?
Just a couple more.
Yeah, I love their approach. And I think it's a great. I think it's awesome. I think it's an awesome approach, and it's nice to see. I like what they're doing. They're not good enough, I think, to win anything this year, obviously, but I think if they keep the approach up and Ross is doing the correct thing, he got Sunday per game along with Keegan Thompson got 3 games.
That's probably right.
Is what it is. But yeah,
he protected his guy.
Yep,
You know,
like
he had to make a point.
I like the approach, and that's all I'm saying. This ain't a homer thing. I'm a Cubs fan, but I know they're not going anywhere. But I like the approach. It's refreshing to see, not 18 strikeouts in a game.
I agree. That team, when you've got 6 all-star power hitters, they have to produce, and when they don't, and the whole team goes in the slump. It's a way better balanced team right now than it was 2 years ago. Way better balance.
And I think Suzuki is going to be a good baseball player. He's not going to be Ichiro, but he's going to be,
Yeah, he's going to be Hideki Matsui or something like that.
And like I said,
I'm
not camping out for playoff tickets. I don't think they're winning anything, but I'm just saying that I think they're a good approach. And I think, like you said, I agree. They're going to fight for that. I think the Brewers won the division, but they're going to fight the Cardinals. I think that's because Cardinals are kind of beat up on it. It's going to be weird this year.
Cardinals are starting Jordan Hicks, and he missed his spot today because they got postponed. But I mean, when you're putting your closer out there to start games, your closer from 2 years ago.
Yeah. So they were talking about Suzuki that his translator is the most involved translator you've ever seen. I guess he's always getting involved. I guess Suzuki must ask a lot of questions. And I forget who was talking about it. Who's the Cub reporter? ESPN 1000.
Jesse Rogers.
Jesse Rogers. He was making mention that how active this translator is, for Suzuki. He's constantly, like I said, asking a lot of questions about what's going on and why they're doing it in this situation, that type of thing. So it's a good thing.
It's good to, after, at least for the first 4 days. I mean, a lot of us are Cubs fans here, and I don't see the Brewers losing that division, but they didn't help themselves this week so far.
No, I think the division, 85 wins for the division, possibly number 90 at the most. Won't be, but like the Cubs, I think they said the Cubs only won 4 games last year total against the Brewers. 4 for 19.
They should have won all 3.
2-1 now. So that's a good start for the Cubs. Obviously I'm seeing the Brewers. So the cream rises at the
Brewers got shut out today.
Yeah.
So
by the lowly
Orioles. I don't think the Orioles could shut us out. I'm going to be honest. But it's early again. So.
You're good.
Am I good?
Yep.
Really like this. Austin Matthews. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Maple Leafs record with 55 goals.
Oh, yeah.
That's an original 6 team.
Listen to this: 51 goals in 50 games.
Really?
Yeah.
And the cheesiest mustache in hockey.
Now she's the guy that was in second place in the Masters yesterday.
Oh, no.
That's a great.
And the hair.
You see, he got into a van that said free candy on it when he got done. Holy cow.
Cameron Smith.
Oh, yeah.
The way he held his lip a couple times, it was like stuck on his gums. Yeah, you might have like a dog. You know how your dog does that?
That was John Daly Jr. when I saw him. But
I had to do a triple take. I just gave Austin Matthews.
Oh, okay, Willie.
Mine is Roki Sasaki. He's a 20-year-old. Yeah. Right-handed starter with the Chiba Lot Marines of Japan.
Yeah.
Japan, Nippon, whatever league. He had a
you said Nippon?
Nippon.
Yeah. Nippon League.
It's not that cold down here at the Nippons.
He had a 19 strikeout perfect game.
Really?
Yes.
Game over.
19. Wait a second.
19 strikeout.
That's 6 1/3 innings.
Well, he struck out 19 in a perfect
19.
game.
Oh,
that's why I was at first. I'm like, but no, 19 straight.
Yeah, 19 strikeouts in a perfect game.
In a perfect game.
In a perfect game.
Obviously, I can throw a perfect game in Japan. Yeah.
But the one thing I noticed about this kid, I was watching it. You know how a lot of these Japanese pitchers like that little hesitation. This guy did not hesitate. He had probably one of the biggest leg kicks I've seen from a Japanese pitcher ever, and he just looked. You didn't know he's Japanese. You thought he would have been
better than almost.
Yeah.
almost like it was ridiculous.
It is, yeah. I mean, this is a good
Behind him,
No,
stop twice.
Yeah. Look at you, wink at you, then go throw home.
Grab a nacho.
He was nasty though.
Okay, let's move on to our.
I got two good. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's go. Let's hear him.
So there's a soccer player in the German Super
Boring.
League. Well, no, it's good. I don't know how to say his name whatsoever, but well,
You can't do it.
I got no clue who he is. Well, he has religious. Is it Ramadan right now? Something. Can't eat during the daylight. or drink
Lent.
anything. Is that what it is?
I don't
No,
know.
it's Ramadan.
It's Ramadan.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
He,
I don't know his name, so I can't
don't,
tell you.
I don't either. The referee actually stopped like everything, like even the clock at sunset, so we could get water and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
And my other good is
Sounds like cheating.
um,
I need my cocaine.
the head maintainer at Augusta. He's been there for over 50 years. He's the longest tenured employee in golf course history. And he brought the green jacket to the green jacket ceremony.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stories. Nice job, Jace.
I'm a good guy here.
Some of them must not been doing their homework.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I got an ugly.
Right.
I got a good ugly.
Is it you?
Ugly good or ugly bad?
Jesus Christ, we just commended him on his no-name goods.
Anyway, I heard something, but I don't know what it was. Sounded like a punch in the face.
I think I ate one of those the beef jelly beans. Ah.
So my ugly, we'll probably get to it, but we can talk about it maybe now. Is let's wait. We'll talk about. I'll give my other ugly. Let Eric get here because
He's here.
Is he here? I hear the dog howling.
okay. Anyway,
your mom's yelling something.
let's talk about baseball. MLB preview, and let's talk about what we think is going to happen this year. And they're finally back, as we talked about last week. So let's kind of start off, and we'll kind of go around the table. Let's just give our picks. Why don't we just go with the AL East, West, Central, and your wild card game. Let's start there. So let's just stay right in a row each guy, and we'll get through them, and we talk about who.
So we're gonna do the East first.
East, everything, your winners and your wild card teams, and then then we'll talk about who you think is going to be in the NL ALCS later, and then we'll talk about who's going to be World Series and who's going to win it. So, Ed, you start us up. AL East, West, Central, and the wild cards.
All right away.
Yeah, hit it.
I'm going to say I feel like the Blue Jays to win that division now. There's a new king. I'm going to say Tampa's going to get the wild card though in there. They've won it how many years in a row now? That division. That's a tough division.
You can have 3 wild cards.
Yeah. You can have 3 wild cards. Yeah, 3 wild cards from one division.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Central. I'm saying the Tigers win that division. I really do. I don't know. I just feel something. They're like magical.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go with the White Sox get that wild card. Yeah. And then we're gonna go in the last division. I'm gonna call Mariners.
Okay.
And probably the Astros. It's probably gonna be 2. I'm gonna call 2, 2, and 2 in each division.
Okay.
I think that American League East is gonna beat each other up.
Yeah.
We'll go with Blue Jays out of the East.
Okay.
I'm going with the Bless You Boys.
Same thing.
Yeah, I know. They just feel like I don't think it's gonna be a crazy record to win the Central this year either. I think it's gonna be a little bit over 500 to be honest with you.
White Sox already done like 11 players.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, they seem to be snaked when it comes to that injury bug. I'm gonna stick with the Astros. Verlander looked pretty good. You know, even though he lost. It's typical Verlander game. This guy will, starting pitcher, he pitches, gives up 1 run, and he ends up losing. So as far as wild card, I'm gonna go with the Rays, the White Sox, and the Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was trying. Who was your West, Central, and East?
Oh, Blue Jays, Tigers, Astros.
Did you pick wild card?
I said the Rays, the White Sox.
Okay. Then he went back to the Red Sox.
Red Sox.
That's what I'm picking. Exactly.
Is that right?
And I had almost the
My
same thing.
my 6 teams. That's what I'm picking.
My only thing was I took the Astros and the Mariners instead of.
And the Mariners were on here.
Yeah.
They were.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
I like
you know what? We're gonna be way wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
Way wrong.
Eric, how are
Dude,
you?
hey, who the hell is this guy?
Hey.
Turn them off.
Okay, now you're on.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I like those teams. I think that Mariners team's a lot better than everybody thinks. They made a lot of moves. They always make a lot of moves. Gary DePoto's trading everybody. Yeah. They got 5 stud outfielders right now, or 6. 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen. They might move one here. Kyle Lewis will be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But like the local kid, he sat today.
Or
Olenek, yeah. They got Winker and they've got Haniger and they've got Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That team's stacked.
He was jelly beans.
Yeah, he's got jelly beans right in front of him.
They're good, man.
Just eat some.
Are they the game or whatever where you pull them out?
No, even better.
Or they're like a diaper?
Taco truck.
Oh, no shit.
Guacamole,
Nice.
salsa.
We have margarita,
Yeah.
churro, salsa, guacamole, beef taco,
3 are good and 4 aren't.
and
So
horchata.
go ahead.
Oh shit. That's great. My time. First of all, I had to use a GPS to find this place. Second of all, you guys done with baseball talk yet?
No,
we're just starting
right in the middle.
We're in the middle. You got any baseball stuff?
No, I didn't know baseball season started. I did see that the Cubs took 2 or 3 though.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Cactus League or something.
No. The Brewers pitched like it was
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
hit like it was a ball.
Didn't Corbin Burns last year not give up a walk until like August?
54.
He gave us 7 runs
58 batters.
against the Cubs without Baez, Bryant, or Rizzo.
And his first batter, he walked his first batter of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't walking nothing. Pies in the lineup.
Maybe I do know a couple things about baseball.
You got your NL. You got any picks or no?
I'll take
We're doing the AL right now.
You're in the AL. What division are you in?
We did all of them in your 3 wild cards.
Jesus Christ, I don't know.
All right, we can move on. You
Yeah,
catch up in the national.
That's fine. I'll do some
I
National League
got the
picks.
AL. I got the AL.
Go ahead.
Toronto's winning the division, and I'm thinking the Yankees are taking the wild card.
Oh my God, you're drunk.
Just thinking it. I think Detroit wins the division. And
Really?
I got-
Everybody
Minnesota's
thinks
in the-
Detroit's going to win that division.
and Minnesota getting the wild card.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I like the Minnesota. I enjoy the Minnesota pick a little bit too.
Home runs.
White Sox are not getting any love here.
No. I had the White Sox guys. Me and him, I watched.
So did I. I had them for a while.
Win the division though.
No, it's weird.
They always get hurt or end up choking at the end of the year.
They've only been in it once. They won the division last year.
Well, they were in the wild card.
No, they
for
won the
2 years.
division last
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the year
And they had
before.
Tony La Russa as their manager.
year. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that still.
And for the West, Houston winning it and Seattle getting the wild card.
I concur.
Same thing as me.
And how about so we got that. So let's say NL, the NL, all of it, East, West, Central, and your wild cards. Go ahead.
I'm going to go Braves. Phillies getting a wild card. And Mets getting a wild card.
I was looking at you where I was just talking about.
I'm going Brewers. And then Padres in that order. Right, that's what I got. So those are my 3 wilds. So I got Dodgers, Brewers, Braves, and then Phillies, Mets, and Padres get the wild card. Padres got 14 pitchers, man. They
messing around.
can't give me any injuries. Not enough.
Yeah.
Last year I picked the Padres. I'm gonna take them again. That's the bust through. I know that Tatis out for. Oh, okay. That's not a big
They
deal.
believe.
But they got pitching.
Oh yeah.
So what that makes the Dodgers a wild card in my
If you think.
in my scenario. Yeah, I know. I definitely think. Yeah.
Kind of hard not.
They're gonna win over 100
If they don't
games,
make
right?
it, they'll be the Lakers.
That
Exactly.
Giants team is
Oh,
no
no, we gotta talk
pushover.
about the Lakers. I was waiting
I got
for you.
I got no notes on the Lakers.
I was waiting for you on the Lakers,
yeah.
so I knew you'd have.
I thought they were still in the Cactus League.
So I'm gonna take
the Lakers.
I don't know shit about. I told you I don't know shit about baseball anymore, but I think I'm gonna take the Mets.
Okay.
And I don't know. The Brewers didn't look very good to start. How about no? I'll take the Cardinals.
Got the Braves out there.
Well,
They're a
they're
wild
winning the
card.
division.
Oh, you said the Cardinals are going to win that division?
Yeah, they're winning that division. So yeah,
Oh
the
my
Braves
God.
will be a wild card
Mhm.
in my scenario because I have the Mets, right?
Yeah.
Is that it? Am I
Yeah.
complete?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you complete me.
Willie.
I'm going Braves, Cards, and Dodgers.
Nice. Good.
Giants, Phillies, and Mets.
Wow, no Brewers.
The Brewers, I think they're gonna have a. I
Shit
think
the
Yelich
bed.
is gonna shit the bed, just be terrible for him, and it's just gonna.
That pitching's so good, though.
Well, pitching only take you so far.
Yeah, but what
you can beat 2-1.
One guy goes down or something, and you're hurt. But they're pretty deep in the minor leagues, and they've got some fill-ins. But
I like the Mets in the East, San Diego in the West, and Central. I'm thinking the Brewers. I like Atlanta, the Dodgers, and the Phillies to be a wild card. Yeah, that's what I like. So let's go to who we think is going to be NLCS. We'll shoot for that right away. Ed, NLCS first, and then the winner of it.
So what's that? That's like the two top teams, and then who's going to the World Series?
Yep, NL. Yep.
I'm gonna go Brewers, Padres, and Padres. What you got? Yeah, I mean you gotta love the pitching. Yeah, I mean that's.
And San Diego's just going to overcome. And
Dodgers are going to be.
Dodgers. San Diego has a better lineup. That's why I think so. If it ends up being that,
Dodgers still got it coming back. They might have Trevor Bauer. We're going to find out in 2 days if he's a domestic abuser or not, which we not legally, but
well.
So they got him, and they got Dustin May coming back too. That team is deep.
So I agree with that there. So I got that. Eric, what do you think?
Is there a scenario then where the Dodgers and Padres play?
They could.
And that's my pick. And I'll take the Padres to move forward.
Okay.
Ooh, everybody's picking the Padres.
Right, I did last year. They let me down, but
we'll have to talk about this after everybody writes it.
Yeah, write the notes down after. We'll write it down.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a file over here.
Yes, I got it in this file right here.
I'm going with Dodgers Mets.
That no, that's the same thing.
How did you know? I do compartmentalize.
Oh, Padres. Oh, crap. Wrong one. Go ahead, William.
Let me go to my trusty stock for my pick.
Access denied. Speaking of visual porn, Willie.
You want to do some of this beard, don't you?
Oh, my God. For years. Isn't it time to shave?
It is.
Coming up soon?
It is.
He did last week on the show.
Yeah,
Not his
I
beard.
still have the jaw issue. I can't really.
Not his beard, though. Or your jaw.
I have like that TMJ or whatever. It's just,
Heather back
no, it all shifted. It all is out of alignment.
Really?
Did
been
Heather
like that for
backhand you again?
a
She'll
month or so.
backhand you on the other side.
You know what it was? It was Nicole Coughlin. That's why he said TMJ.
You go to the doctor for it?
I went to the dentist.
What do you say?
He put me on a muscle relaxer.
Oh boy!
I took all those, and I think the remedy is it's like you're clenching and you're grinding. So get a night guard. Which I tried a night guard and I just couldn't do it. I felt like I was going to choke on it.
So big. You can't you put
That's
it on
what she
backwards.
said, right?
What's your night guard shape like?
It's
Eric, that's not a night guard.
it's very
It's a strap on.
it's very phallic. I think the word is pH. Phallic.
Yes.
Boy, man.
Willie,
This baseball season went to the dicks.
All about the bats and balls now.
Speaking of dicks,
Willie?
what's your pick, Willie?
That's why you start your season off at Dick's Sporting Goods.
That's right. Hey, everybody. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
what
going
are your
with the
NL picks? Sorry.
Dodgers Mets.
Okay.
Dodgers winning.
That'd be great.
Wow.
That'd be a fun.
I'd go out on a limb.
Okay. So let's do the AL.
You know how many people would be murdered in that thing? I mean, just
Oh gosh.
at City Field and Dodger Stadium.
Add your AL picks.
I'm gonna go White Sox Rays. I'm gonna give the White Sox one because I had the White Sox as my both those teams are wild cards. So I'm gonna I don't know because wild cards have to play each other or no.
They do at the beginning, but they only two do. The other one gets five. The fourth team doesn't have to play. I don't think.
All right, then I'm gonna go White Sox Blue Jays then.
And the winner?
White Sox coming out of their
Who
crap.
took who?
White Sox. They're
And
coming out
who?
Blue Jays. They're coming out of their crap.
And you took the Sox to win.
Jesus, we all pick almost the same shit, but it's like off the wall too.
That's my pick too.
We guys sit on the toilet together.
What?
Hey, face to face.
That's a double decker. It's a tandem.
Go ahead.
When did the Blue Jays become relevant? I'm sorry. Are they good?
Yeah,
Oh,
real
yeah,
good.
very good.
Now, what about his Tigers? Are they any good?
Yes.
They're on the
Very
rise.
good,
Did you pick them?
We all did.
You all picked
I
the
picked them to
Tigers.
win, but I don't think they've got the chutzpah yet.
You know, Eric, they started better than the Brewers did.
Yeah, we picked them to win the division. I think almost all of us. But
No, I think last year I picked the White Sox to get to the World Series, so I'll do the same. But I got to pick an opponent, right?
Yep.
And even though I didn't pick any of these division winners yet, I mean, I like the Rays are still pretty stacked. I would assume. Right?
Yep.
So how about I'll take the White Sox over the Rays?
that was what my pick was going to be. But I think they're both going to be wild cards. So it's going to get me off.
Oh, because of the Twins and Yankees.
I'm going Blue Jays, Rays,
Oh yeah, Blue Jays.
White Sox, Tigers, Astros, Mariners.
So Yankees are irrelevant this year or what? Nobody picked them. No pinstripe.
People are picking them, but I don't know how. Their pitching's garbage, other than like two guys.
Hmm.
Their hitting's all power hitters. It's almost like the Cubs team from a few years ago. They're gonna have slumps and they're gonna struggle at times.
And Judges are
Yes.
coming back.
Judges, he's not coming back.
Well, from what he said this last,
He's holding out.
No, he's
No.
not going to hold out.
He's not
He'll
gonna hold
play,
out. He's
but-
just not gonna sign a.
I should check my ESPN app every now and
Yeah,
then.
He was
they-
offered $31 million a year, and he said no.
Wouldn't
He,
you?
wa- he wants Mike Trout money.
So do I, but doesn't mean he
Yeah.
deserves.
But
Mike
his
Trout.
problem is he
I want
can't, he
Kate
can't play a
Upton.
full season.
He's had one. He's put together one good year.
That's it,
One
right?
great year.
One great year.
Maybe
The rest
like
of years
one
have
or
been
His
decent.
his
Good,
rookie
yeah.
year, right? His
Yeah,
first
his
his
rookie
first full year.
Yeah,
His first full year, he was awesome.
He was monster.
55, something like that. It was-
I like how you preface that. You did a statement like a question there.
Yeah.
And you know who are the two best players in the
55?
American League?
American League.
Aaron Judge and Carlos.
No.
I mean, somebody's going to throw out probably Vlad Guerrero,
Shohei.
Yeah, Vlad, yeah.
but you're going to. I
Trout?
mean, Trout and Otani are both on the
Trout,
same
yeah.
team,
And they suck, right?
and
The
that team
team.
sucks.
And they have Rendon.
But they have Syndergaard now.
And they got Syndergaard, yeah.
Yeah, that-
They have Thor.
Only have Otani.
Isn't he fast?
And
they
they
have
have, and they have
Rodon's on San Francisco.
who's not? Anthony
No,
Rendon.
Rendon.
Oh,
Rendon.
Rendon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rendon. Yeah, the infield.
Third baseman, yeah.
I got. Yeah, he
You're
was an
talking about,
MVP
you're
the year
talking about
before.
Carlos, right?
Yeah, he sucked
Yeah,
last year.
Carlos
though.
is a giant.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
giant.
yeah,
He
yeah,
pitched.
yeah,
He
yeah.
pitched great.
Yeah,
Actually.
he's a good.
And with Otani rule coming in play this year, that might help them out a little bit.
That makes very little difference. It's probably only maybe 15, 20 at bats. I mean, if that.
Might,
It's fine.
might get him one or two extra game wins, maybe. That's also a
Maybe.
change. Yeah. And they didn't lose the division by one game last year or anything.
No, and they're playing. There's two tough teams in that division,
Mhm.
and the Rangers have actually improved,
Yeah,
but they
the
still
Rangers have
suck.
too.
But
Willie, what do you got for your
I got
AL? Right, you're on.
Rays, Astros, Rays winning it.
Okay. So let's
I
go
like
to
that
our
Rays team, man. They're
World Series.
scrappy.
They are scrappy
So
bunch.
I'm going to write this down. Hold on. Don't say anything yet. Okay. World Series, we think when you got Sox in San Diego and how many games?
I'm gonna say Padres in 6.
Shut the front door.
Jesus Christ.
That's face
Hey,
to face time
hey,
with the toilet.
I like that pitching staff.
Hey, that's what I picked. Next. I haven't made a pick. I haven't had to.
When
we
he
did sit on the toilet together, though.
when he sits on your lap, you're like, "Come here, big boy. Let's go through these picks."
You didn't go to Bon Jovi, did you?
No, is that what happened that
That's
night?
exactly what happened.
Jeez, by the opening act,
He gave Love a bad name.
He kept
He
picking
said-
out every song.
he sat,
This is gonna
first
be
he sat
next.
on your
You are
lap during the concert. Where did he sit?
He goes, Ed, what's the
Yikes.
next song? And I'm like, I don't know any Bon Jovi songs. Runaway.
Okay. Isn't it? I don't.
Was it the
I
ballad?
have no idea.
Was it like the Messiah? Run away.
I'm a little out
It
of
sounded
practice.
like the hotel room guy. Run away.
Oh yeah, I'll be here all week.
Oh,
Try the veal. I'm gonna go Padres in a full slate, 7 games.
Really?
Dodgers and 6.
Get Dodgers Rays again.
Who thinks it'll be a World Series? Jason, who thinks he'll win it?
No, I could. I could see the Giants going there.
Ooh, I can too. I mean, they're
I
good.
could see the Giants, and honestly, probably going up against Giants Astros. I could see them.
Huh?
I could see that coming.
A
I think the
Buster
Giants win that,
Posey-less Giants.
Giants
is gonna
win it?
make
Yeah, I like Joey Bart.
He started off pretty good this year.
He likes you too.
So that's our baseball talk here.
Don't bet on us.
We'll talk more.
Oh, we were going to talk MVPs
Oh,
and
yeah,
Cy
sorry, yeah.
Youngs.
Real quick, MVP. What do you guys have for the MVP and Cy Young?
Okay, I'm going to go I'll go American National. Oh my God, it's hard to bet against Ohtani again. He already looked great at first start too. I'm going to go Vlad Guerrero, and then National League. National League tougher. I'm going to go Pete Alonso.
Okay. I'm going to take Ohtani.
Good pick, man. He puts up the numbers.
I'm going to take Pete Alonso.
Get out of here.
For lack of not knowing who the hell is playing baseball these days. I was thinking about it on the way here.
You can't pick Tatis.
I don't know if I can name 15 MLB players.
Pick Soto.
You never know.
Here's the problem. Well, here's the problem right now.
I can name a lot of former players, really.
You got Tatis who's out for a month and a half, 2 months here, so he's not going to. Acuna's out. Soto plays on the worst team in the National League about pretty much.
Yep.
So it's hard to pick against those guys.
That's why I'm picking Seiya Suzuki.
And you're looking at Yelich is not going to have an MVP year. I mean, he might be good, but he's never going to have. I don't see him having that year again. So up in the National League,
I feel like one of the pitchers on the Brewers would have a better year than Yelich.
I didn't say Schwarber.
You guys didn't coordinate on that one?
He's gonna have a huge year.
Oh, that's my pick.
He's
going, Willie.
AL, I'm going to go with Wander Franco.
Oh, whoa!
Look at this guy.
And National League, I'm going with Trey Turner.
Yeah, I like Trey Turner. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I think
brain on Willie.
LA's got too many people to pick from. So I think
Oh yeah, that happens.
I like Vlad. I like Vlad Jr. And I like Corbin.
Yeah, true. It's a good pick in the National League.
I know who that
everybody's
is.
down.
Yeah, I know Kyle Schwarber is.
DH right there too.
He's going to play every day.
I mean, you look there's
somewhere.
There's probably no Brewer or Cardinal that's going to win the MVP. I mean, possible like Arenado or maybe O'Neill possibly for the Cardinals. Brewers don't have a hitter that's going to put up those kind of numbers.
I could see Suzuki winning the MVP before anybody on the Cardinals or Brewers.
No,
The Cubs,
I know. No, they're going to be a bad team.
Lamb's not good enough.
Yeah,
The Padres, you got like Machado.
No, Machado's a good pick.
Because Tatis is out. The Giants don't have that kind of hitter. The Dodgers have 7 of them.
Yeah.
But, again, it's not going to be Bellinger. He looks
You never know. Maybe
Bellinger.
What about Bryant?
No.
Not a good
No, he's a bad team. And
sound
they're
like
gonna,
me
and he's
right
going to
now.
get downgraded because he's playing in Coors. He gets 50 home runs. They're going to be like, yeah.
And I think he's going to bat 250, hit like 27 home runs if you are. He's going to be garbage.
Has anybody even noticed how bad Bellinger's been in the last few years?
God, yeah, he was
I think
terrible.
he had one hit during spring training.
Yeah, he's been awful. He's not even making contact.
Yeah, he's
He might have. Yeah, he might have some eye problems or something with his brain that's not clicking right now.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Um,
I don't know what else.
Yeah,
we said the Phillies.
Yeah,
Phillies got 3 guys that could win it:
Yeah.
Schwarber, Castellanos, and Harper.
Yeah, Harper. So let's do Cy Young real quick.
And JT Realmuto.
No, he's getting old. 31.
What do you got for Cy Young?
I was dabbling there for a while. I like Woodruff this year for the Brewers, even though he looked like garbage in the first game. And wow, it's tough in the. I mean, I love Giolito, but he's already out. Robbie Ray. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that on the American League one.
It don't take too long. We got to move on.
Go ahead. Somebody else.
Is you Darvish still good?
National League? Yeah, he's
could be.
Will he be a Cy Young winner? I'll take him. I know who he is. Yeah, he's on the Padres.
I even know that.
American League, I have no idea. Is Nolan Ryan?
I got Garrett Cole.
Yeah, I like Cole. I know who he is. Go ahead, Willie. Save me.
How about Bieber?
Yeah, I
Not
like that
Justin
one
either.
song he did with.
Did you see his game the other day? His velocity is down like 2 miles an hour, and
I'm
his
not a
spin
potty.
rate
I
is
don't wanna
down
be a-
a ton. And he was still looking really good. So it might not affect him.
Same
at
with
all.
Urias. Urias down like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah. There's a few guys that are way down right now.
You say go and love yourself. I like that song.
You picked two?
No, I haven't picked two at all yet.
You got to pick Bieber now.
I'm picking Verlander. Damn it. So ooh. Taking Verlander, and I'm taking Max Fried.
I'm taking Upton.
Max Fried. Even pitching anymore? Yeah, crossed him off then.
Guy here is dead.
For the Braves.
I'm going to take.
I'm not talking Max.
In the NL because I'm going to take Julito.
Right.
He'll be back. And I'm going to take Walker Buehler.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Tight pants. I like to wear my tight pants.
National League's a lot of choices.
I didn't know he pitched. I just like his pants.
Yeah.
Like his outline.
Looked like he was hiding a salami that one.
Well, I was gonna pick.
Look at you hiding your mouth guard.
Yeah, I was like, where is it? Where did it go? And then I turn on the TV. I'm like, dude,
Oh, what are you doing?
Jeez, we spent that 1 week together.
Pitching camp.
Looked like it had brace marks on it.
I was the catcher.
God, you guys ruined 2 pies.
Holy.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Oh, you got baseball.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers. And our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
Jeff Shankowski says, "Good evening, gentlemen." So, Jeff, how are you? We figured out. I think the TV being on air with Google makes our I don't know, mess up the Wi-Fi.
Jacks it up.
Oh, really? With the
with
Facebook
it,
Live?
I think so. No,
Oh.
we got Facebook Live, but we don't. I'm not showing up there because I think using that.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
That's fine. I don't want to look at myself anyway.
Trust me, you don't want to.
Yeah.
So, story this week out of the NFL: Dwayne Haskins was killed after running out of gas on a highway and tried crossing the highway to get gas. He was hit by a dump truck. Sad story. 25, going to turn 25 in a month here. So yeah, just a sad story. Adam Schefter caught grief because in his tweet he said he wrote of a player that Dwayne Haskins passed away. He couldn't. He was having a hard time catching on with the Steelers or with the Commanders or the Steelers, and he was passed away. He was hit by a truck today, and people took offense to it because he talked about how he wasn't a good football player. I'm at a loss. I really am.
He's not a liar.
He's stating facts, and then my favorite quote came out was Des Bryant. They just think we're entertainers and blah blah blah. That's how people think of us. And I go, hey Des, when one of our family members passed away, extend me condolences, and I don't care about your family and you.
Yeah,
you are an entertainer. That's what you are.
Yeah,
they were knowing who you are.
Get paid millions and billions of dollars to entertain me. You're stupid. That's why you're a moron. You're just it's sitting there. I feel bad the guy passed. I really do. It's terrible. It's terrible. And but that's grief because he deleted it right away. And people, oh look, he didn't apologize. Apologize for what?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the truth.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't see it. So
yeah.
People were saying he just wasn't sensitive.
It was insensitive because he talked about his football career.
Yeah.
Well, how else would I know who he is? A lot of guys didn't even know who Dwayne Haskins was before. Even football fans didn't know who he was because they didn't know where he was.
You remember his math grades at Ohio State were off the
yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That would be
so
another one.
It's terrible he passed away. I mean, but I'm talking more of the Schefter part to take grief over this. Like, wow. So, but it's maybe he passed away. Any thoughts on
but
that?
the other problem is they go around and they look for anything they can find in. When something like this happens, there was some like 91-year-old former executive that was like babbling incoherently in some interview, and they said, "Well, see, this is the systemic racism we have to deal with." Yeah, Astina. He's the guy who's more coherent than our president yet, but
talking about our show.
What's that?
Talking about our show.
Our show. No, and then Jameel Hill and all them come out, and it's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Jameel Hill still has a job.
Again, you're talking about systemic racism.
Yeah, right.
She's on the radio or something.
Talking about these millionaires.
She does something, but
she ain't gonna lose her job. She'll just keep getting a new one.
No, yeah. Got in trouble for saying things that she shouldn't have.
She's a horrible racist. That's why. But then they say these things. It's like you're talking about millionaires. Yeah, they're really taking the brunt of all this. United States being rough on them. Yeah, again, goes back to Paul Irvin.
Yep.
When are you guys coming to my funeral?
That's right.
Who did I pick?
Michael Irvin.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait for you. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a roast.
It's gonna be a roast.
He's gonna bring his night guard.
You just put it.
We'll have to pass it around like a joint.
Jesus Christ, for this group, I'm gonna have an open casket. And I'm gonna lay face down.
Tough gift.
I've got this fun fact. Yesterday in the major leagues, 134 strikeouts yesterday in the major leagues. Just yesterday.
Wow.
Tony Gwynn has the same amount in his last 8 years of baseball.
Yes, you are correct. I saw that. I said, you beat me to it. I had it right here.
That's crazy.
So
baseball's got to go back towards. I mean, at least a few guys in every team.
Yeah.
But like the Cubs got this Nick Madrigal now. And these guys, you have to have guys that get on base. You can't
Rod
just have
Carew.
Yeah, Rod Carew, Wade. These guys, Brett Butler, guys that just slap the ball around.
Hey, what?
It gives fit for the defense.
Just think what these guys are
that's
doing.
what she said.
Rub it. Yeah, baby.
Remember we were just talking about the MVPs for baseball. First ever was just grabbing the outfield after they
Just grabbing something, wasn't like that. There's my mouth guard again.
It's in the air.
thought I'd bring that up if we're talking about the MVPs.
Nobody picked himself, so we have to worry about it. Good, good. Well, I've got to worry about my pick.
I forgot about him.
Schwarber, now he's starting the Phillies. I love it.
Yeah, you guys, maybe these guys should listen to us.
We just picked.
Oh,
I don't know what the pitch, but the catch was pretty cool.
you should have seen this pitch. Look at here it is. Watch.
Oh, it's an Ephus.
Oh, he must.
That's great.
They were down by a lot. He was in the game.
It's like when Ridley's
Saving arms.
Yeah.
Pitch 53 miles an
So if
hour.
anybody's listening, turn on the highlights from the A's and
That's
Tampa game.
That's the podcast. Let's all just quiet and watch a baseball. Oh, here's his mouth guard. Be quiet.
All right, let's get back on task, guys. Eric's on task.
Okay. Anyway, so what were we talking about?
No idea.
I blanked out.
I think we were just finishing up Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should just leave it at rest in peace.
Yeah,
And,
yep.
From what I heard, and I know if somebody passes away, you're not going to say all these bad things about them. He had a rough go as an NFL quarterback, especially as a starter. I mean, that's what Jeff just said is right. He was he threw 50 touchdowns his senior year at Ohio State. He was pretty damn good, but that's a system thing probably. All the Steelers people were saying he was a good dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He probably wasn't the smartest guy in the world. That's why he didn't exceed as a quarterback. Yep. He had the talent. He had a big heart. He was a friendly dude. So let's I guess leave it there.
Yeah.
He did a lot of stuff, to help the community as well.
Yep.
There's a big article about that.
Yeah, and he had a pretty quick impact on some of the Steelers players, like T.J. Watt. He was like almost best friends with him for the last year or so. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about.
Well, didn't you have a poll question on based on the Haskins?
Yes,
I didn't put it up.
Oh,
I didn't put it up.
okay.
We talk about it.
We still want to do it.
Yeah, we can do ourselves.
Are we prepared? I wrote down a name because I wrote down one that stands out in my head. But
the question was about the question I was going to ask you guys. So Dwayne has passed away is kind of different from him passing away. But like, what player has died too young? And I guess it could be retired or playing. Usually, playing would be probably the one you want to pick because obviously they're playing.
Yeah. I think any athlete who is still active and they pass, they're young.
Yeah.
That's about they're active. Heck
Yeah, for sure.
So, Ed, do you have one? Or Eric, do you have one? You must have one.
Well, I have one that just stood out in my head and what could have been. I mean, we just watched the All-Star game and they listed the 75 best players of all time. This guy could have been one. I mean, in 1986, Len Bias passed away.
Sure, yeah.
After he was taken as a second pick in the draft. Incredible college player. He overdosed on cocaine. I mean, it was obviously he did it to himself, but it would have been cool to see him because he was really super. I remember him being really, really good in college, and it was kind of the start of the Jordan era. It's like, okay, what can this guy come in and kind of, be a part of what's going on, all this excitement right now in the NBA. Mm-hmm. That's one that always stands out.
Yeah, me, that was right. That's the first one I really remember when, it was 86, 13, 12.
It was right after the draft.
And yeah, you're old enough to realize what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been guys that died before, and that was the first one that really hit me. You're like, holy shit, that guy's 22 years old.
Yeah.
it makes you think. That was the first one I really remember. Right when you said that question, that was the first thing that came to mind. Willie, he remembers when, right after Jesus was paying.
Well,
Well, you got to give us a
Yes.
throwback. You got a throwback one? I can
I
think
do.
one off
I
the top
got
of
a
my
couple
head.
of them. I got a couple of them here. The guy I'm going to go with is Steve Prefontaine.
I know who he is.
Is he a hockey player?
No,
runner.
He's a runner.
He's a
Oh,
runner.
runner, yeah.
He's a miler, right?
Yeah, he pretty much. They still have the Prefontaine Classic in Oregon, but he kind of got the running boom in the '70s going, and he died in a car accident in 1975 when he was like 24 years old. I just remember that because I love watching track and field. Anytime they had it on ABC, Wild World of Sports, I watched it. So, but he's one guy. I mean, and there's a bunch of other one. Another one I remember when I was about, I think it was 11 years old, was Roberto Clemente.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
the one that I just remember big time. Hearing about it. This guy there was an earthquake in Nicaragua, and he was flying, things that they needed there. He was on the plane and it went down. So
Yeah, I don't even think they ever found it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he was at the end of his career,
he was
right?
38. He just finished
he was
3,000 hits.
technically 37, but he was that year.
Yeah, 3,000 hits back.
Right.
I mean, he was going to come back and play for a couple more years. But
Right.
He was in great shape.
Yeah, I mean, he was. This guy, you saw videos of this guy hustle out of the box. And,
He was a maniac.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I mean, everybody loved. You never hear anybody going, man, that asshole Roberto Clemente. Everybody's dad or whatever tells you about watching Roberto Clemente. It's crazy.
It is.
I'm gonna go with probably the original and probably one of the might have been greatest foreign basketball player, Drazen Petrov.
Oh, yeah.
He was incredible.
Yeah.
He was the first person that I can remember that was foreign that played the NBA. I'm probably wrong, but in my mind it stands out. He was so good at what he did. He was so good, and he was so good on the world stage against the Americans.
Yeah.
It was incredible what he did, and he was probably one of the greatest. And he tragically died in a car accident racing after practice.
When we did, because we did a snake draft once of the best foreign players of all time, and when you do the research, most of the rankings had him number one. Even though it was too short to really, to really know.
He was the foreign player that opened the door for
the original Luka.
Yeah, the original Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk too.
Dirk.
He was more Dirk-like. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't as big as a body, but he just ran the floor. He just
Yeah,
played. And
every skill.
They were good. He played on pretty good NBA team. They were solid team. So yeah, that was our question about there, but it was.
Did you pick one out, or you went with bias with me, or?
I don't remember what I picked.
You said bias.
I think you can.
Oh yeah,
bias.
I mean, you got to remember. I mean, Lou Gehrig died in the middle of his career.
Right.
He was putting up record numbers. I mean, he was legit. They made a movie about him while he was. He just died when I mean, Babe Ruth still played himself in that movie. So he died at 37 from a disease called Lou Gehrig.
ALS.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, yeah.
A couple other ones. I mean, Thurman Munson. Remember
he was
him?
pretty young. He was 32, I think.
32. Yeah.
Who was the Marlins pitcher?
Jose Fernandez.
Yeah. He was pretty much at his peak.
How about Darryl Kyle?
Oh yeah,
Kyle.
that happened in Chicago.
Kyle, he had a heart attack at 31.
Yeah.
He had
90% blockage and 2 coronary arteries.
That's
Weaver.
I think it was always drug.
Weaver.
Not Jerry Weaver.
What name on the Angels?
Yeah,
that was after his
well,
career.
Aiden Hart died in a car crash from the Angels,
I'm talking
and
about
then
this guy.
and I can't think of that guy's name who owed heroin.
He was playing though.
Yeah, he was a pitcher.
Oh,
Tyler Skaggs.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the ex-pitcher that had the plane
His trainer just got.
just recently.
No, that was relevant.
Yeah, but he was
He was a Philly.
he was retired.
Yeah, he was done. Yeah, he was done. And he said
He was high on goofballs.
yeah, he was all got on his plane and
Yeah, because you want to get in a plane when you're on goofballs.
got enough of the car. We're getting a plane.
Yeah,
Tillman.
Tony
Tillman.
Yeah.
Pat
Oh,
Tillman.
Pat Tillman might be the best one.
Yeah.
But he wasn't playing.
Yeah, but
He had retired.
you know what?
He could have been
He
playing.
could have come back.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one you got to stay too is you got to stay Kobe. Even though he was done, but what could he have done to the sport?
Yeah.
He was still.
That's what I was just thinking too. Like, what could they have done in their elder years?
Ken Caminiti OD'd too.
I think if Kobe Bryant would have stayed would have been still alive, and I was having that, but I think he would have grew the sport a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was on that page, and he has a daughter who looked like she's pretty good. She was a pretty good basketball player, and
Yep.
wouldn't have been as big as a men's sport, obviously, but he would have grew it, I think, because I think that's what he was, what his trend was. He was trying to do that.
He was always at the WNBA
Yeah,
game.
he was always at UConn games,
Mhm.
and was a good friend. He was ended up being real close to Gina Ariyama, and
Yeah.
and I think unfortunately, he talked to her a lot and all that. So he was kind of in that group. He had daughters, and well,
Yeah.
let's push sport forward. I mean, he's always been a great ambassador.
Well, it's a
for the
very
NBA,
generous
obviously.
thing to do. I mean,
Yeah, but
I got another dramatic one. Ian Stewart.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that?
that was the year after he won the U.S. Open too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna up you one. Dale Earnhardt.
I was going to say Earnhardt too.
Tony Stewart?
Favorite. He's alive.
No, man.
Tony
Do you
Stewart
remember?
died?
Dude.
Oh my God!
Hey, no, you remember Payne Stewart? We were watching on TV, like his plane just flying around with a hole in the, when they flew up jets, and there's just a hole in the window.
Right, Hellwig was Jesus.
Oh my
His
God.
pilot.
Who was the NASCAR driver that was doing like the dirt?
He killed somebody.
Oh, he killed
Tony
him.
Stewart like hit somebody in the
Was that
race.
that was Tony Stewart?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. And he didn't kill him. It was a
I thought
race
he got
car,
killed.
and he hit him, and they said, "Well, he should have done."
He should have. Yeah, he was dirt racing on the side.
He does it all the time. He
Yeah.
used to do it all the time.
Yeah, I remember that
He
story.
loved dirt racing. Like him and Jeff Gordon and them, they were big, all from Indiana area, huge dirt racers.
Yeah.
They loved that. They liked the better. They actually NASCAR paid better.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they even said Tony Stewart in interviews, he would have never left dirt racing. Wasn't for funny. He said dirt racing wasn't
He
fun.
didn't do it on
Well,
purpose.
You think we're
Like if you get into one of those cars and you do that, that's your sport. You got to know, like, there's a pretty good chance. I can get killed today.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to. You have to have that
But
mentality.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is one reason I used to watch NASCAR. I loved him. I thought he was the great. And when he died, it was like, I kind of quit watching. I don't watch as much. Because now, maybe Dale Earnhardt was the end of real NASCAR and became Jeff Gordon was the start of pretty NASCAR.
Pretty boy. Yeah.
And now every guy has got a model wife, and they're all done up before the race, and they look like they don't like a racer anymore.
Expensive mouth guards.
Yeah.
Earnhart's
Just
wife
in
was
case.
carrying a banjo with him, you know.
Yeah.
That's a,
Like a juice harp.
You know what I'm saying, though? I mean, I don't know how many of you guys watch NASCAR, but there was a
Yeah, I
turnover there.
agree.
You got the Richard Petty's, and you still had like Bobby Labonte's, who was, and you still had like Michael Waltrip's, guys like that who were old school. They kind of, when they went away, the sport changed. And I mean, I've been to a couple of Talladegas. It's fun to go to. People are like, oh, no, it's cool. It was a cool thing to see. It really is. Yeah, they go by once every, but it is cool. It's
they go by. It's awesome though.
I mean, I was at the race at Talladega the one year. If you remember when Kevin Harvick's car, a tire went, and the whole thing
Oh yeah.
took over.
Yep.
That happened. Like we're in the last color section that tire hit the rail. We were right up
That's
above
crazy.
it. It was insane. It was insane.
I see one at Indy at the final turn.
Oh,
I think it was Roberto Guerrero or Stewart was young in that race. I still
Yeah,
remember.
he used to do a double dip every day. Every year.
Final turn, and man, you just seen that car come sliding
Yep.
by and hit the wall.
Yeah,
and
Tony
blow.
Stewart used to run the Charlotte race, which was 600 miles. No, 400. And he used to run 900 miles a day. He used to run Indy in the morning, and then fly to Charlotte and run that race at night.
You know how much stamina it takes. Those guys like
I
lose.
can't stay awake driving to Milwaukee.
I know.
And don't forget about Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Bill Elliott.
Yeah. He died.
Dick Trickle
No,
died
I'm just
too
saying.
young.
I'm just thinking
Yeah,
about
Dick Trickle. Yeah.
Oh, Dick Trickle.
Nah, he was old.
How about Alan Kowicki?
Dick Quickie. He's a
Remember that?
Wisconsin guy,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Taylor?
the Hooters in he's from West Allen.
Yeah,
The Hooters up there is all.
I saw him race that slinger.
It's not a left. Hooters.
Me and Jimmy
look at
Wright
those.
when we
Those
were
look
kids
like
went to see
Kowicki's.
Kowicki.
He was a big racer.
Yeah, I
he
remember
was an
that.
old school.
I remember him dying too. That was.
Sean Taylor?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one too. The great one.
Was that the Chief player?
Oh, Derek Thomas.
Thomas.
Was he playing still?
Yeah, he was. Still, I think he was still playing.
Yeah, he might have been. But yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Hank Gathers.
Yeah,
that
Hank.
one too. Yeah, dying on the court.
Yeah.
That's like Dale Earnhardt type stuff right there.
And then you go right
Well,
there, Reggie Lewis.
Reggie Lewis died on the court too.
Same thing. Same condition. Same heart condition. Yeah, crazy.
I get a pass for physicals now. They test for all that now.
Willie remembers Bill Barocco. Maple Leafs.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Barocco.
Ellie Lindbergh.
Yep. There's. I mean, the Barocco story. I think I told this on the air. They won the cup. I don't know what year it was. It was like in the 40s.
Well,
Oh, he didn't die though. He got messed up in that car accident really bad.
Yeah, Vladimir Konstantinov.
Yes, yeah.
Konstantinov,
Yeah, limo, right?
The limo driver died, and the coach.
And he got He was in a wheelchair.
Paralyzed.
Yeah,
Paralyzed from the waist down.
Vladdy. And that was why I became a Red Wings fan. Honestly, just watched him play. And then he got
Because I remember that
mangled.
they won the Stanley Cup that year. So he came out and held the cup in the wheelchair.
So let's move to this past weekend. The Masters.
Isn't it? I mean, is there anything more visually pleasing? I mean, I know where you're going to go with that. Pornhub or something. Mall stars. But and as far as a sporting event, and we always talk about the Rose Bowl, like it just doesn't look real, and that's how it looks when you're there. It's just, I mean, is there anything more visually pleasing than Augusta National for the Masters weekend? Do they paint?
Yeah, we
Just
yeah,
paint
actually
the fairway thing that they actually paint the fairways and like trees and stuff surrounding green.
Some of those trees look fake. They were so
No,
red.
no, the trees are all real.
Well,
that's what they said.
Have you ever seen pictures of it when they let it go? They let that course go dormant. And
Oh,
it's brown.
Yeah. And they also the thing that was in that video you sent me was the bird sounds are fake.
Yeah,
that's what people
for
had.
Sure.
There was people in the gallery that had signs up that said the birds are fake. And I thought it was reference to that guy that believes that they're all drones.
That was at the NCAA finals. This one has time. Birds aren't real. People didn't get it, but it's because CBS has Masters.
Yeah.
Birds aren't real.
Oh,
That's what they were doing. If people can get it, they go, "That's awesome. That's hilarious."
Yeah.
Gosh, they're smart. They use something with their money.
But I thought it was in reference. There was some guy that came out the other day and said, "There's those birds aren't real. They're all drones. They're just watching us."
I mean, there are
government's
some,
watching
like
us.
the other day, someone was putting, I think Shuffler was putting on like the 16th or 15th hole or whatever. There was some annoying, like, and that's real.
That one's real.
They
Yeah.
put that in.
That shit, they got shit
I'm
like that in Georgia, man.
Yeah, it was
that's
a blue
real.
jay. It was like a weird ass name. I'm like, and he's sitting there, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And every time it was annoying to me.
Yeah.
I can imagine how he thought of it. But yeah, it is. You're right. Just the look of it and what they do to that course every year trying to make it harder, and they're pushing that course every year to get closer to closer, like they do on the open course. They just want people. They want people because I mean, but the funny that you watch this and these guys are like hitting like from obviously 200 yards or whatever, but these are pros and they're missing the greens by like 10 yards to the right, left. They're not even on. They're hitting on. These greens are so big that they hitting a green is an award. Some of these guys would probably be chipping sometimes when they're putting from. It's crazy.
Well, the greens are, I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Drop it 5 feet from the hole, it rolls 71 feet away.
Yeah, and I'm against that. If you draw a ball 5 feet from the pin, you should get rewarded for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be penalized for a good shot.
Maybe a 10-foot swing where it starts to get away from the hole. But I mean, there's a lot of guys that no,
they're all playing the same course.
Yes, you are correct.
I know. Before we conclude the master stuff, I have.
We want to talk about.
I know. Let's talk about it. But before we move on to the next segment, I have there's an interesting topic that was kind of floating around on the Masters, so we could do that at the end. But don't let me forget. It's kind of it's like a mini poll question for you guys.
So okay, cool.
Yeah.
So last week we did pick. Obviously.
Yeah, I missed it.
So
I would have picked Scotty Scheffler, by the way.
Willie took Dustin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Scotty Scheffler, Cameron Smith, and Bryson DeChambeau. You took Dustin Johnson, Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay, Matsuyama, and Brooks Koepka. I took John Rahm, Morikawa, Schauffele, Zalatoris, and McIlroy.
Yeah.
Come back. Zalatoris came in top six.
Yeah.
So I had three guys
Did
in
you
the
win?
top six. Yeah, -3.
Okay.
+2, +20.
Yeah. Dude,
that's like I really golfed a pet, so I felt good about that score. I was like, oh,
no, I got to. That's my.
Yeah, but you. The crap thing for you is you had guys like Koepka and Dustin Johnson. Well, Dustin Johnson was actually you had a +1 and a +2, which wasn't terrible.
No, Matsuyama and Johnson.
And Koepka killed you. He was +6.
Yeah, one of them didn't make the cut.
It was funny seeing all the. I mean, not funny, but you have Tiger making the cut, and then you saw the list of the guys that didn't. You're like, really?
Yeah. So yeah, minus
+14.
Did any of you guys pick Spieth? That's a popular one at Augusta every year.
Willie did.
Yeah.
I'm just happy because that's the best I ever did in 2 years now. This is the best I've ever done.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Top.
Yeah.
Willie picked up, or well, Cam fell off at the end, right?
Cameron Smith, he had 1 and 4.
Yeah, he was right up there.
I had 2, 3, and 6.
He had the triple. Or he had the triple.
So Willie between us had the top 6.
Yeah.
Or I mean, there was tied.
I picked the bottom 6.
Well, you had Dustin Johnson was top 6.
Yeah, he was there.
He was all over the place. Though.
Yeah, he had a tough.
Even did he finish?
He
even?
had one over, and he was what I saw of it. His putter wasn't well.
Yep.
He probably could have shot 5 under, honestly. He could have shot decent. Yeah. Let's see. Dustin Johnson was 12. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Only it worked as under over.
Oh, did you see her at the end of that one round? Holy cow!
Here's your $5.
Actually, I owe this to Ed for the
lap session.
Our basement bench warmers. You came in the highest.
I'm high.
Past you. He came in the highest of our bracket.
I got you.
You guys.
Can I talk about the stuff about the bill first?
No, let's
No.
Well, we went on tell us.
Well, like the membership. And then
We know about the membership.
What is it, Bud?
Well, the membership, the initial fee is somewhere between 20 to 40,000. Not sure. And then you only have to pay a few $1,000s each year for each member. So a lot cheaper.
But you can't play in the summer.
No, you can
because it's shut down.
You can go from this, and I think next Saturday it opens up. It said at the end of May, and then it closes until October, and then you can golf until the end of December.
And so they give you passes to the Muni that's down the road for your 40,000.
And you can't apply for this.
Yeah,
you can't apply to be. In
the course on the road is actually a nice course. It's the one they said Scheffler won some junior thing up here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 50 minutes on the road.
They were talking about his junior, and this must be, I don't know if it was high school. So he grew up in the state of Texas. You know, big ass state, a lot of good golfers. And supposedly he won out of his 160 starts as a junior golfer, 90 events.
Oh yeah, out of 130 or something.
90.
Yeah.
In
It's
Texas,
crazy amount.
not like in New Hampshire.
Bob pointed this out.
Texas.
I was going to ask this though. At Augusta, there's more than one course. Obviously, there's a bunch of courses there you can play. It's just the main course you can't play.
Yeah.
And the par 3 course would be the most interesting for me.
That's what I want to play.
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
It looks
I
hard
love
to hell,
par
but it
3
looks like
courses.
yeah.
But that one looks really
40,000.
green too. I wonder if that's the same
I
rules
think
apply.
they paint them the whole week and just make it look pretty for the tournament.
Yeah.
Now it's a big TV event. It used to be kind of hush hush. We saw now it's become more viral.
Yeah.
The hole in ones and all these what's his name?
Stuart
Dad?
Stink.
Someone's dad. He's someone's dad the other day.
Yeah.
He was an Asian player.
Oh.
His dad went up there and his swing looked like mine. He put it like 5 feet up.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Do you remember back in the day?
It might have been the Korean player who came in.
Him.
It might have been his
Okay.
dad. Yep,
Yeah, I didn't see
Remember
that.
when Nicholas's grandson hit the hole in one?
Oh,
yeah.
that was the best.
Yeah, did you guys see? Now I watched Wednesday night. I watched the recap of the R3 contest, and they had Nicholas on, and they were talking to him about that particular thing. He said it was his greatest moment as a golfer
Ever.
in his career, watching his grandson hit the hole in one. And now I guess he's a recording artist. He's like a country western recording artist.
And then wasn't Gary Player kind of pushed him? Come on. Hit the ball.
Yeah.
Gary,
yeah.
Come on.
Gary's
This-
great.
Wasn't it Gary Player and Tom Watson and Jack Gillis all golfing together that day?
Possibly.
Wasn't Watson with them?
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah,
What
possibly.
a terrible group.
Yeah.
There were still some old timers playing in the actual tournament. I mean, Freddie Couples.
Couples and
the German
Longer.
Longer plays all the time.
Longer.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if did he make the cut though?
Who's the other guy?
No, I don't think they did.
He's
It
64.
was a Spaniard that he won it once. What the hell is his name?
Azabo.
Olazabal won it
Olazabal,
twice.
Yeah, he won it twice.
Twice.
They got to get John Daly.
Miss Cut. Let's see what names we're looking for. Let's see names.
Longer.
Sandy Lyle is an older player.
Yeah, Lyle's played in a lot
DJ
of them.
Singh is not like
Old Fijian.
I was plus
Oh yeah,
14.
Sing won one. I'm like, why is he playing? He
Ellis.
won.
Olazabal, whatever, plus
Olazabal,
17. Let's see what we got. Stuart Sink. Yeah, he's not.
Well, yeah, he's been playing really well.
But
actually.
he had a
Oh,
hole.
Francesco Molinaro. He won it 1 year, right?
Yeah.
Molinaro won it.
Yeah.
Stink didn't win it. Stink's just that good still in his
Longer
his
just
40s.
missed it up by 3 strokes.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
He dominated.
Where
the
was
senior tour?
Couples plus 10.
Yeah, he was doing good like by second day, I saw.
And nobody else age wise. Harrington, he's
Greg,
plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder if those guys are like 16 over, you let them ride a cart, how well they would do.
Yeah, that's true.
Be
I
interesting.
wonder
huh?
if Tiger would have had a few more strokes better.
Yeah.
I got just an interesting tidbit because we were talking about Couples and Harrington and all these guys that have had huge these flashes of brilliance. Even McIlroy, in his younger career, won 4 majors and then they just fall off. Now Scotty Scheffler, they were comparing his start. He's on fire. He's won 4 of the last 6. He's the number 1 player in the world. He just won the Masters. Yada yada yada. They compared it to 1992. Fred Couples it's almost identical. It's like the same event. He won 4 times in 6 starts. Won the 92 Masters. Never won another major. Was never even close to as good as that. Never again. So it's like it's Tiger and it's Nicklaus. and then it's just everybody else. Like, how do you sustain? These guys cannot sustain. Even Spieth and McIlroy, they've had these flashes and then they slump.
They talked about
DJ
Spieth about
slump.
that too. You know, he hit big quick, and then he just kind of.
That's why Tiger might be the greatest ever.
Well, he
just went on so long.
Absolutely,
he was so good.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's incredible.
Like, because people are like, "Oh, Scheffler's the next guy. He's the real deal." I'm like,
I think, to be honest,
it's kind of boring.
If the weather, and great story, great guy. He looks like he's 55 years old.
Yeah, he does. 25.
And that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, and I'm watching this, and I'm gonna. Obviously, this happens a lot. But if it's 65 and sunny on Saturday, he doesn't win that tournament.
Yeah.
I think he gets.
You know what he has?
I think the greatest round of the week was Rory's round
Oh
on
my God,
64.
Yeah, out of the bunker was amazing.
He missed
and then Morikawa does it.
Yeah, did you jump out of your seat when that happened? He couldn't even see the pin.
Yeah, I just happened. I was kind of going back and forth, and I was in the kitchen, and Logan was watching and telling me everything. He was like, "Dad, Rick Faldo's saying something." Faldo was getting criticized for being a shitty announcer and not just letting it happen. Like, you know how they'll just go to the next hole? He's like, something really cool happened. Dude, how long have you been doing this?
He was excited.
It was too exciting.
It was Romo to do golf.
It was weird watching it on regular TV because I had been watching it on the streaming from CBS Sportsline, which was different guys. And then the TV, like you said,
you got Masters app.
Oh, something important really happened.
I watched
and it's
that
like
at work.
The Masters app.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You just watch feature group.
Or Amen Corner.
You can make Amen
Corner. I watched feature groups. It was awesome.
That's all I watched.
When I watched on TV, I didn't do it, but on my phone, if I watched it all the weekend, I
only have regular TV, so I can only watch it. I think on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. You can. Well, that's only time more.
Yeah. So, but I watched.
ESPN carried it, but on the weekend, it's only after 2 o'clock on CBS.
Yes.
I bet I watched
and no replay.
Yeah, very.
I bet I watched the replay late at
hours.
night. So Thursday and Friday, I watched it at like 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, and I tried to like not know what was going on, and I turned it on at 7 o'clock and just watched as much of the coverage as possible. But
a couple of things I did see. Here's a Masters nugget. So most leads are co-leads after one of the first 3 rounds at Augusta. Okay, Arnold Palmer had 14 after the first 3 rounds. One of the first 3 rounds, he won 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas 13 won 6 times. He's 8 times he's done this, won 1.
Mm-hmm.
Raymond Floyd 8 times, won 1. Gary Player 8 times, 3 times. Justin Rhodes, he's led 7 times in a round, never won the Masters. Now we have a new winner, 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
If he's leading,
he's the ultimate.
He's winning.
Yep.
He's every time he's led the Master at one point, he's won the Master.
Yep.
He's never looked. He's like, I'm done.
Even if he's cold, too.
And the fun stat was about him. If he led after any round, he was like, if he led after any round, or I'm sorry, made the cut. Or no, I'm sorry, first round was under par, and he was under par the first round. He was -1 after round 1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any Masters that Tiger Woods has been in, and he shot under par in the first round. It happened 10 times, now 11. He's finished top 10, 9 of those times, won it 4 of those times.
Yeah, that makes sense. And do you know that
just after the first round, he's been in top? This is incredible.
You remember the first one he won, which was record breaking.
Yeah, that's why he changed the course.
He shot 74 in the first round.
Yeah.
It was over par, and then he just destroyed the course. They had to change the course. Yeah,
they went out, put one on a fender, and had a good day.
Yeah.
And the other crazy stat is Scotty Scheffler. He has been the world's #1 for 90 days and won his first
90 days. He just became.
He won 4 events, 1 major.
No, 40 days, 45 or something like that.
He just became #1 in the world last weekend.
No, they said he's been it for a while.
No, he hasn't. I know for sure. Guy, he just passed Rahm when he won last weekend.
Because they said it was a bunch of days.
Yeah, because he won his first tournament this year.
Yeah.
And he's won 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
And so he just passed Rahm last weekend. Yeah. Or whatever his last win was. If it was last weekend or weekend before.
I wish I wrote that.
So what's the 3 players that are 25 years or younger that won the Masters?
Tiger. He's the youngest. And then Scheffler. There you go. Well, Scheffler's 25. Yeah, okay. Okay, those are the 3.
Can I ask you guys are all golf fans and actually golf. I noticed this while watching, especially yesterday. What's the deal when the golfer tees off, shanks the ball into the rough near the fans, and then all the fans run after the ball?
Yeah, they want to be right there. They want to be behind it.
They want to be behind it.
It moves the
Put a
gallery.
line. They put a line right there.
They let the gallery stand right behind them.
Yeah, because they all run over like,
yeah.
It's like chasing the ball, bouncing through the woods.
Yeah.
God, I wish I remember the stat. Well, the stat was anyway. His amount of time has only been so many days or whatever, and he's won his first Open. Tiger and must have been the Masters. David Duval won the Masters.
Nope, David Duval never won the match.
Sure?
His only major was the British.
Then it was a major. Tiger was number one for 250 days before he won his first major, and David Duval was at 300 days. Those are the closest ever.
Right, I saw that stat. And he's like,
and I swear,
he blew it away.
I swear it was a crazy number for what's his name, but maybe
Just look up. I mean, how many days has he been number one?
I looked it up. It's not telling you how long.
No, I got it right
just
here.
Past Rom.
It's been
Was that
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's March 27th.
That sounds
For
right.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever the last
maybe
the last win he had, he passed up Rom.
The stat was weird. Maybe I read it,
Yeah.
but anyway, it was Tiger's number was 2 just goes David Duval.
Yeah,
and then,
that's interesting.
So I mean, but like you said,
Yeah.
you never heard of him again.
What's that?
You might not ever hear him again.
Well, exactly. I mean, obviously you'll hear from him because he's a Masters champion and he'll always be in the limelight. But you guys remember when Charles Schwartzel won the Masters?
Yes.
And he hit that, he holed out on the fairway, and I'm like, how do I know that name? And I'm like, that's why he won a Masters. It was so random,
Well,
and then he just went away.
He actually shot pretty. Yeah,
He was in it.
He played
He
well.
was in it, but it was like it was almost like a where is he
Where is
now?
he from?
South Africa.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
always remind me because he had this Matt Damon piece from something about there.
Yeah.
There were a lot of African Americans this week. Schwartz,
Gary Player.
Gary Player.
All right, so you
So
want,
it's what's
go ahead.
Tony Finau?
You know,
He's
Where's the American? I think
but his
California?
nationality is like Polynesian.
He's
I
Polynesian.
thought-
Yeah,
I thought-
probably.
So is
I could be
BJ.
wrong.
BJ's
Yeah,
Fijian.
Fijian.
He might be Fijian actually.
Really?
Possible.
He
Yeah.
might be.
American
Tony
film.
Finau.
He
Oh, wait,
played at
that's Century
Stanford, I
Citizen.
think. Then he played. He played at
Yeah,
Stanford, I believe.
he's like Morikawa.
Morikawa's USC.
U.S., but he is
Yeah.
He's Japanese.
I love Morikawa.
I
Man,
do
he's
too.
an exciting
Huge
player to
fan of
watch.
his, huge fan of his.
Yeah,
Great
that-
golf
Tony
swing.
Finau is American.
Yeah, but
Everybody's American.
yeah.
Well, like
American.
he was
Everybody
born
in Mexico's American now.
there, and yeah,
Just about.
he's born in America.
Okay, never mind then.
He's American.
So do you want my poll question that I heard today?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So this was floating around today. So if you have to bet on yourself, if you're a golfer, and I know Ed, you're not a golfer. Scott's a good
I'm not
golfer.
even listening.
Willie, will you play a little golf?
What?
Okay, so here's the bet. You have to bet on yourself. You have to play Augusta the day after the Masters, okay? And you have to play from their tees. And of course, it's still set up how it is.
How many balls do I get?
Yeah. No. You have to. What you have to do is you have to birdie one hole, and you win $25 million. But here's the bet: if you don't birdie the hole, 5 years in prison.
Oh,
that's
a good one.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, no.
I mean, would you have confidence in birdie in a hole? No, I don't think I'd have confidence in bogey.
Dude, there was a par 3 on Saturday. There was a par
220.
3.
There's one at
They were
228.
using Tiger Woods used a 5-wood on it.
Yeah, well, that was some wind.
I don't care. I would have to use a shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. One of those cannons, like you see at the golf outings every now and then. Let's just put your ball in this cannon. Okay, that sounds good. And here's another margarita.
Not even a t-shirt cannon.
Well, and then if I do have the green, I have to make the putt.
Yeah. I mean, those are bikini wax. Those greens are bikini wax.
You remember me at the Red Putter? I shot like 12 over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, all I gotta say is
And this is not a par 5.
Eric's mouth could be somewhere else.
Yes, exactly. I just thought that was kind of interesting, and some of these idiots on sports radio were trying to answer and say, "Oh yeah, who's the birdie?" I'm like, okay. Anyway,
Dude, some of those guys, Tiger had 4 on the second round. After he's 1 under, he comes out. He's like bogey, par, bogey, 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 or something.
Where Schwartzel didn't have a 40 until like 8 17 hole.
Yeah.
Saturday. He was made of kind of was like and maybe laughed, he made a joke out of it kind of, but
yeah,
he didn't have he almost didn't get a
he
birdie.
went like this.
And there's probably a lot of guys who go to the course didn't have a birdie this weekend on one day.
Yeah,
Didn't birdie at all.
You've seen some of those leaders only
sure.
had like 3.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy? I don't know, total random guy, but he shanked it into the crowd. He just totally from the middle of the fairway, shanked it in the crowd, and he kind of like was looking at their reaction, kind of waiting, and he went like this. He goes like it's like he's all fired up. Then he had to go over and get a shank.
Someone hit one
I have no
long.
idea.
Someone hit one long over the green. Bounced Guy like grabbed it, put it on the green, rolled in the hole.
That was during the
Oh my
practice round.
god. Oh,
That was during the first three competition. That wasn't.
That was still pretty funny though.
They did it because they don't care. They would never done that during the
That's why I
tournament.
was like,
no way. Yeah, because we got kicked out. We gotta get kicked out for that. But I want to say count.
I don't know what they do. I mean,
No, for having in the real round. If I saw Tiger's ball and I kicked it in the fairway for him. It was still rolling. It hit my. Oh,
what happens? Like, so you're sitting in a chair.
It had to have happened at some point.
If you're sitting in a chair and that ball comes out and drills you and then goes back out on the fairway,
That's legit. Yeah, we're live.
They're in play.
Yeah, if you hit the tree, the same thing. You're just a tree.
Yeah. Bob Lorenzo says Gary Player has played Bristol Oaks.
Okay, I got a story.
One time, he shot the course record. Go ahead.
No, he doesn't. Travis Ingle does. He broke it about 5 or 6 years ago. No, I know Travis really well.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
I've actually heard this.
Yeah.
When I was at
Travis Ingle.
that Tyler had
Who's
out there,
Travis Ingle?
So I saw.
Is he a golfer?
He's a golfer. Yeah.
Not a pro golfer.
He wins like the mid amateur every year in Wisconsin. But I took Logan. This is way back when he first started playing basketball, and I'm meeting like the parents. And this guy's like he's the assistant coach, and he's like, yeah, what other sports does Logan play? I go, well, he's getting into golf. He's like, oh, that's cool. I play a little golf and whatever. Start talking to him. He's like, he's from Kansas, played at Kansas State, and yada yada yada. He's a real quiet, modest guy. That's why I believed him. And then I verified it the next day because I know the pros at Bristol Oaks. But he goes, I got a funny story. So it held for like 50 or 60 years because it was like in the 60s. Gary Player played. They used to actually have to play because they didn't make that much money. They'd have to play like random spots like Bristol Oaks.
Yeah.
So Gary Player shot a 65 and held the course record until Travis broke it. He shot a 64 there. And so I verified it the next week because I know Billy and Daniel.
65.
Yeah. At Bristol.
Pretty straight up and down court.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
those greens probably were.
Although you don't have guys like
they're like shag carpeting out.
Yeah.
Them.
But you don't have pros like.
So it was broken about probably 6 years ago.
Okay.
Travis Ingle, and yeah, he's a cool dude. I haven't golfed with him, but he's really good. I think his backgrounds are like 72. 73.
Right.
72 on 9.
So
18. Oh, 18.
we're talking.
Oh,
Yeah,
18. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know how much time we have tonight, but I have a new potential new segment, and I was going to test it out tonight.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have. I mean, we could try to wrap it up quick, but it might be interesting
It doesn't
enough.
show up for a week. Now we're giving them good news segments.
Well, you told me last time I was here, you're like, come with some material, asshole. So that's why I didn't come for
That
3
does
weeks.
sound like me. That was a good imitation.
So, and one of the things is somewhat golf masters related, but so the new segment I'm proposing, and you guys tell me if it sucks, whatever. We'll just figure it out right now. It sucks. So what I'm going to do is, we'll try to figure out what the title should be. I'm going to title it One, None, or All. So what it is I'm going to present 3 topics, 3 questions, 3 topics, something to talk about for a few minutes, whatever sports related.
A very strange young man.
And you guys have to unanimously pick. We'll just tackle one of them. We'll tackle none of them because they all suck, Eric. Or we have to tackle all of them. So the two is not an option. So 3 topics, 1, none, or all.
Okay.
Got it? Here's my topic. And this is where do you stand? So where do you stand? Now this is kind of related. We're going to talk about the NBA later, and this happens in the NFL and everywhere else. But teams that are not so much tanking, but they're resting players. They're maybe trying to avoid a certain seed. Like maybe a lot of people think maybe the Bucks, getting into the 3 seed is better than being the 2 and potentially playing the Nets, all that kind of stuff. But I want to know where you guys stand on, trying to manipulate your seeding, and it's like a winning mentality versus a losing mentality. I don't mind losing to avoid playing this team. So that's topic number 1.
Can I ask you a question about that, though?
Yeah.
Is this like integrity of the game type of thing, or is this to get a competitive advantage?
You're trying to gain what you think is an advantage. Like, example, the Bucks are trying to gain not playing the Nets if they fall to the 3 because they know they can handle the Bulls. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
All right, I get you.
Okay. And so to me, is it like you believe in that? You believe you should just go out and win no matter what? Or, are you becoming a loser by doing that? That's kind of where I was at. So that's question number 1. Number 2, which I think is Tiger related. you feel like Tiger is back to compete against other golfers, or is he back to compete and prove something within himself? Is that mental strength that you saw this weekend that he presented, other than the guy that drank 20 beers that was following him in the crowd, is he the greatest? Is he the mentally strongest athlete of all time? And especially with this being the icing on the cake, what he went through this weekend to finish 4 rounds of golf. So that's 2. Number 3 is, now we're going to talk a little Lakers. Don't you wish you could fire the players? Like, is firing Vogel really the answer? What did he do wrong this year? Well, it was bad chemistry. So you got to look at the GM, obviously, and the mentality of these players like Westbrook and, LeBron sitting out at the end of the season where, you have those comparisons with Kobe, Kobe playing on shitty teams, but he played every damn game, like that type of thing. So, maybe it's still like, should the coach be the scapegoat in that kind of situation? So those are my 3 topics. So 1, none, or all.
I hate them all.
You really?
No. I like the first and third. The Tiger one, because you can't take it. I know.
I think it's all.
Yeah, let's do all then.
Yeah.
You like them?
All right, Tiger question's a little weak because we all know what it's going to be. It's been a little strong.
Yeah, I mean, so if we're doing all of them, we could
Except with women.
We could go through them quick, or you can spend a few minutes on them and give your opinion. I don't know if they're rumble type of stuff, where people have different opinions on what it is, but
So about, forcing your way into a position in the NBA. You guys, me personally, I think you've earned that right. You've won enough games to get you in that area. If you want to lose 1 or 2 games to get you in a better spot, that's your choice.
The whole season manipulation. It is. It just doesn't happen at the end. It just happens. It looks like some teams are doing that. How many? You think about how many games did AD and LeBron play this year? Anybody know that? How many they played
together?
No, just total games. 96 games. That's crazy. 96 games. That's all they played the whole season. Just a little, I think LeBron had like 56. And
80 was out for a while.
80 was had 45 or something like that. Anyways, I think it ended up like being 96. If you look at that, these guys hardly played at all. And LeBron, had just enough games to be in that little scoring, where he could get there. I think it needs to be 65 games after that, at least, over 65 to be
qualified.
I'm focused more on the winning teams, like the teams that are trying to position themselves, whether it's NFL, whether it's even just like, teams. I'm going to skip my quarterback the last week. Because I don't care if I win or lose. But should you always put your best foot forward? That's my opinion. My quick answer is you go out and win. You go out and win no matter what. I don't care if I play the Nets. I don't care if I need to rest Aaron Rodgers because we're 15-1. I don't care.
The NFL needs a different break. I'm going to get hurt.
Okay.
I want to hit.
Yeah,
if you're in the playoffs already, you already got to see. I mean, here's the thing with the NFL. Nobody's sitting if you get number 1 or number 2. I can get a 2 instead of a 3 or 4 instead of a 3. Nobody's sitting nobody in the NFL. They're going to play at their health because they want to see. They want that. The NFL,
especially at 1 seed.
It's at home. I think what the Bucs did was a mistake because now they're a 3 seed. If Boston wins and they win, they got to go to Boston. They lose home court.
Yeah.
And Boston's not a bad team. I mean, these are you're playing playoff teams now every single game. I mean, yes, the Bulls are easier team to play the first round. We all believe. I think. I mean, you still got to play them. The game I saw him play the Bulls shot terrible, and the Bucs barely beat them. They struggled with them. I mean, it was a struggle, and the Bulls were 100. The Bucs were 100%. So I don't think the Bucs are in a position like they were the last couple of years. I really don't. I don't think they're as good as they think they're great, and they should. But I just don't think they're as good as they are. And I just think we need to play. And with having not to play again until Saturday or Sunday, it's ridiculous.
That's a big break.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If they had to play Tuesday or Wednesday, I would be totally saying right now, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But having 5 days off no matter what, and you could have got the number 2 seed and given your fans another home game, possibly in a playoff series.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking from a team standpoint, I'm sitting in my office going, what are we doing? I want that extra game for money if we did it. That feeds our pockets at the Fiserv Forum and gets one more day of people working and things. This is stuff that goes deeper than the player. They
keep that old-fashioned bubbler rolling.
Yeah,
And I'm just,
Oh, yeah.
I get it. Yeah, resting. You don't want people. And if Giannis were going to get hurt, we'd all be like, that was dumb. I wouldn't be because but you were going to get it. If they were number 2 seed no matter what, or 3, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I would rest them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but you got to fight for it. You got to fight for that better seed, just like you do in the NFL. You got to fight for that better seed.
And it's against another playoff team, possibly. You would get to test that day. It's not you're playing a crappy team. You're playing some crappy team like OKC or something, and even if you lost them, I'd be like, well, that's not going to make you better anyway because OKC sucks. And I think the last game you heard the same thing with me today. They played like 3 guys on 10-day contracts and 2 guys.
6 of them.
Yeah, 6, and a couple guys were under 1-year contracts the last 3 games of the season. Basically gave up, lost by a total of like 70 points the last 2 games.
Yeah, and I hate that too. On the other end, this team just giving up like that.
If the Bucks were playing OKC, I'd be like, oh, I want to play my star. It's my waste of my time. If we don't beat these guys with our backups, we suck anyway.
Sure.
So you're playing a Cavs team who was possibly
they were full strength.
They could play in. It's
now,
a good.
The only weird thing to me was when we played the Celtics and we won. We beat the Celtics just a game before. They were sitting Tatum. Like, were they trying to do it too? Like, why was Tatum sitting?
I thought Tatum was hurt though. He actually got hurt the day before.
Everybody's hurt, right?
Well, I think he actually had an injury. I thought he had an injury. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because Curry could have played the last couple of days, and they haven't played him the way for the
playoffs. They said he's still questionable going into the first.
Someone said they're going to play now. He's going to play. But I could be. Maybe they changed. I don't know. Maybe he's. I mean, I know he's making. I mean, look at teams like that. I mean, they still treaded water without these guys, and I mean, they dropped seeds, but they were trying to win every game they could and play. I mean,
yeah, it's just an interesting topic to me. I always say win. Just go out and win, and be careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden now we're like, oh, we can take care of the Bulls, and all of a sudden now we get, we awoke a sleeping giant or something, and we get upset by the Bulls.
And that's the way they feel too.
Yeah,
and say, oh, you won the playoffs?
Oh yeah, okay, we got you.
I say I don't like that either.
Bulletin board material.
People, even if the Bucks were honestly just resting people and hoping they could beat the Cavs with their backups, they were trying. They were obviously the backups were trying to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm the Bulls, I'm taking it as a slight, like, oh, you want to play us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's my mentality.
And that last couple of games have been dogfights because the whole Grayson Allen thing. So you never know. You don't get a guy going out there getting hurt.
Yep.
Like Giannis getting hacked.
You're just giving them more fuel.
Breaking a hand because someone smacks on the hand because they pissed off and breaks a thumb. This is a series you don't want to be in, I don't think, just because of the physicality that could happen in that series. Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't. To me, too, I think
they're going to be. I think they're going to beat them.
I think the East is strong, and I think you don't really want to play anybody. I mean, you got to play somebody, right? Like, be careful what you wish for. I think the East is pretty strong.
The East hasn't been strong for years.
No, and I think I'm not saying it's as strong as the West because I think the West is deep.
I think the West top 3 teams are as good as almost maybe all of the
West,
East.
Yeah.
But I think as a whole, I agree. Top 1 through 8 of their. We're going to get to the playoffs.
It's going to be a good play. I think it's going to be a good playoffs. Yeah. It really is.
So what was the other question here?
So then the next one was Tiger. I think that's a probably easy thing. Like, whether he's out there right now, is he out there right now to beat other golfers? Or is he out there, is he competing within something within himself, something internal? Just saying, you know what?
I think it's both.
I think it's a combo. I mean,
he wants to win. He's going to golf. He wants to win. And after the first day, I think he had visions in the head. Oh, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
And
he wants to be out there with Charlie.
And what was that?
Somebody back me?
Jace playing with the Roomba.
It's the Roomba.
Jace, get that off you.
So I don't know. I think it's a little bit both.
Yeah.
I think it is.
You brought the dog down? Come on over here.
I'm going to get my mouth guard.
Violet, come here.
So what do you think about Tiger?
I think I already said it. I mean, he's come back from all this. He's not strong mentally when he's out on his own, it seems. He seems like I'm going to be honest, he seems like a pretty weak person off the court. He does struggle with, driving fast, drinking, women. I mean, but on the course,
he let a very sheltered childhood. He didn't get to do a lot. I don't know if he saw any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, I watched those awesome, man.
I mean, he didn't do a whole lot, so I think maybe
they forced him to break up with a girl.
Yeah. Right, yeah, absolutely. Because she was a little worldly.
It's amazing how much his life has changed too. Like he was chatty with John Rahm and stuff. He used to never talk to anybody.
I will say, I think he's tough. I'm not mental, but the leg was too much.
Oh yeah, he was.
When
he walked
he
up,
only had a year.
He was putting. His putting was off. I think he was just bad all around. I mean, it's from not playing a lot. Obviously, I mean, he hasn't been playing rounds. He's playing a little.
He's an old man though.
He's every step he's thinking about that leg.
Yeah,
and especially the last day after 4 days of it.
It makes them think about it because hurts like hell.
So it's harder to think
And
about your putting
there's
stroke.
got to be pins in it and stuff.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
there has to
Yeah.
They almost amputated that.
They did.
Yeah.
They were saying there was, I can't remember what the statistic is, but however many pins he's got in his leg and all the fusions he's had on his back and all this other stuff. Yet he still had the swing speed's like 173.
He's
And
killing
he's
everybody out there.
46 years old or whatever. He's an absolute freak. Athletically, as a golfer, he's a freak, and he's probably the toughest mentally ever. I mean, Jordan. You put him with Jordan.
I would
put him with Kobe.
I
and,
put Jordan there for sure.
Yeah,
for Jordan. Jordan did it generally because Jordan made everybody around him mentally tough.
Yeah.
Jordan made you mentally tough.
Yeah.
If you weren't mentally tough, you weren't playing.
and
Kobe
Tiger
was-
made everybody mentally weak because they just
Yeah,
folded.
they were scared to death.
Well,
of
I
him.
think but they made him. I think he made other people tough because they knew how tough he was going to be. They found out where their weakness was.
Yeah.
Between the years and some of those guys.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the last was LeBron, and the last.
Well, it was just, I mean, Vogel getting fired. Is it his fault? I wish we could just
Palinka,
just fire him.
Genie Bus.
I would fire Jerry West.
As the coach?
Yes, the coach.
You know,
for sure.
I will say the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, everybody. If it wasn't for if the Bucks won last year, who knows going to get fired?
Yeah.
And none of us talking about playing.
We were talking about it going right into the playoffs.
He was on the hot seat.
Think about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I always liked him. I always liked Budenholzer, and everybody wanted to fire him when nobody ever said it was Giannis or Milton's fault or anybody else. It was his fault. He's a bad coach.
Yeah.
I mean, Vogel is still the coach of that team, and his job is to win games, even if his best player is not there.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you can't overcome one player, then you need to, then that player, you need to walk in the office with the player and tell the GM, it's fine. Either me or LeBron, let's figure this out. You want to fire me, fire tomorrow. I'll take my money and leave.
Yeah.
But I'm not quitting. But I think the problem is LeBron. I really, really.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
He's a puppet master, and he's not very good at it.
He's
it's
not.
It's too centered in on him, and they give him too much freedom.
And the disgusting thing to me is him sitting in a game that they needed to win to get in the playoffs. I don't
Just
care.
terrible.
I don't care. People, it doesn't matter. They weren't. It doesn't matter. You have a chance to make the playoffs in the basketball. You play and you try to make the playoffs. Because
They were right there. It's not like they were 5 games out.
yeah, and you know what? If
They were a game or two within.
I probably not. Chances are not at all.
Mhm.
But if they all played and got healthy and played in a couple, they could have gave Phoenix a couple game run, maybe made them think a little bit they were the 8th seed. You don't know. Phoenix probably going. Thank God they didn't make it.
Yeah,
I don't want to play LeBron, AD, and Westbrook. If they get hot, we can get screwed.
Yeah.
You know, I seriously, they gave Phoenix a break, and it's not fair. It's not fair to their fans. It's not fair to anybody. And I love all the Laker fans are done with those guys. They're done with them all.
Mhm.
They're done with them.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
it.
you see it.
I
You
love
see it on social media.
I love it.
So who's more mentally tough then, Tiger or LeBron?
We called it though as basement benchwarmers when the whole season started. That could be an absolute disaster, and it was.
Yeah. I think we
Were they
agree.
7?
Nobody was really picking them.
No, not to win it.
No, I don't even know if I
think
picked them to go.
so.
We probably are picking them to be in the playoffs.
I don't know.
If we even made, we probably
You
did.
had to pick them. It's like the Dodgers.
I think
Yeah.
I did. I think I
You
picked
have
him.
to pick them to do well because just who they have. And it's
Exactly.
not like you said, they didn't all stay healthy. They didn't play a lot. LeBron probably was healthier, but he could have played more, but he didn't. And he is 38.
You need both those guys. You need AD and you need LeBron in order to win those games. They had to be playing most of
Isn't
them.
LeBron now the youngest guy to average 30 points, and then the oldest guy to average 30 points or something?
Yes, I think so. And I think the problem with the whole thing is we talked about this a lot the last few weeks. The biggest problem with the team was Westbrook. He didn't fit. He just wasn't the right guy for that team. But that was a stamp of approval by LeBron. Let's
That's
get
right.
this guy.
Oh, sure.
Well, again, they
This
got rid
guy.
of Kuzma.
They got
and
rid
all
of
these guys.
all those
Caruso.
Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso. Yeah.
And then 4 cups, 2 guys.
Wait a minute. And a mouth guard.
Four cups, one night guard.
One night guard.
So yeah, we're gonna do beer time, huh?
Yeah, and so do you guys like that segment? I mean, that's something we can maybe do every now and then, whatever. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, the next segment is I'm going to let you guys pick the beer of the week.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Coors Light.
Who's going to be the
No,
next
I have-
coach of
I have an
Lakers?
option.
Any guesses out there real quick?
Ron Howard was from
That's what I'm saying.
Jason
Juwan
Kidd.
Howard. That's why that kid, the guy didn't need to go to Western Michigan to coach.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get the
Because
gig.
you know what? In NBA, Ron Howard can play coach.
You punch
It's
both
okay.
people.
It's okay.
They're not pussies.
You know what?
Sorry, Mario.
Is he going to get respect in the NBA from all these players?
I think Toronto was a player, so he'll get a different look. But I mean, obviously, look at Jason Kidd. He didn't get the respect. He's a Hall of Famer.
He doesn't.
Steve Nash.
He was given a job that people were surprised about. Kerr's done a great job.
Yeah, he's done a
Kerr
great
is
job.
probably one of that would be top 10, and I can't think of them all. A player to a coach,
yes.
and a player that actually was probably a difference maker at times.
Let's name some.
Well, Kerr would be up there.
Don Nelson. He played for Celtics.
Yeah, but
Rudy Tomjanovich.
I'm talking. Kerr,
Jerry West.
I guess Kerr. Yeah, well, West was a good coach.
I know
he
Bird
told
player
you.
though.
He quit.
Can we say Bird?
Bird
was a good coach.
He was
and
solid,
he just couldn't get over himself. So he was good for a few years, and he's like,
I think that
he couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah, no, he couldn't handle the mentality.
Yeah. Magic. Baseball. How about
Did we say Phil Jackson?
Phil
Played for the
Jackson.
Knicks?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Pat Riley.
But I'm thinking of players that were like good. I mean,
Good players.
Well, now Steve. You know what, Steve Kerr. I guess you just know Steve Kerr because he has some big shots. And he did win 4 championships.
He wasn't an
in a
all-star.
row.
He was not an all-star.
Yeah,
no.
so I guess you could throw Tim Donovich and Ron Nelson. Obviously, doesn't have most ones in his. Or did until
Didn't the Jazz?
Donovich
The Jazz coach was a player, wasn't he? The guy that passed away not too long ago.
Oh, Jerry Sloan.
Yeah, Sloan. Was
Jerry
he was a
Sloan
great
was
player.
good.
He might have been an all-star.
Good call. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
You're right. He might have been. That was
Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, sweet hair.
Yeah.
He's another guy that brought up the Laker job.
Yeah.
You know what? He shouldn't go there though. That's the thing. Because Quinn he made some weird decisions in his college years as a coach, and him being in Utah, I think has been good for him.
Right. He's kind of on
Doc
the
Rivers,
limelight.
yeah.
Otherwise, if he was like New York or
Yeah, it's not a good place for him.
Chicago, like they just beating him up because
Yeah.
of some decisions. Yeah, absolutely. A place to,
How about we go to Mike Vrabel?
Oh yeah.
As a basketball coach.
Oh, I'm talking about last on any sport.
Oh, any sport,
yeah.
Yeah, I was Mike Vrabel. I put him in the list, wouldn't you?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, he did
He's
win
a
a Super
good
Bowl.
player.
And he's a Hall of Famer, I think, as a player, isn't he? Ooh.
Joe Torre.
Torrey wasn't a bad
He was
player.
an alright player, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Cardinal.
solid. I mean,
You got Dusty Baker, Lou Piniella.
Yeah.
Baseball's got a ton.
yeah.
Baylor was
Pete
a
Rose.
Baylor,
for a while.
Pete Rose.
Rose. You bet on it.
At least they get to keep wearing the uniform too, which is great.
You know,
We were talking about that
Didn't
the
they
other
stop?
night.
You know what?
Did they stop wearing uniforms?
I think we were talking about there watching the championship last week. Me and Willie were watching it,
Uh-huh.
and I love how the NBA and college basketball went away from suits and they let them wear like a pullover and a pair of slacks or whatever.
Yep.
And football's always been whatever you want. I mean, the cutoff hoodie.
Yeah.
Why isn't baseball going that? Wearing
it's
pants as a grown
ridiculous.
man is stupid. It looks
ridiculous.
so dumb. Just let him wear a pair of.
Tommy
They gotta wear
Lasorda.
suits.
Yeah, no,
At least they
spaghetti
started wearing
stains.
like sweatshirts like you have on and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But it
yeah,
used to be the full like
Yeah.
you have a dress
and a
code.
big old
Yeah.
butt hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
The
Like,
button gone.
Or
What
kid in the
happened to
front
your
row
button?
losing the back row losing an eye when they walk by.
Damn, what happened to your button?
Cam Gabriel says LeBron and Russ must be hard to coach. Yeah,
You
yeah,
think?
yeah.
You think?
Idiot.
So yeah, there's a lot of players out there.
Dan Reeves.
Oh,
Dan
good
Reeves,
call.
yeah,
How about
he's a-
Gary Kubiak?
There's a backup for Elway, right?
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of any,
Super Bowl winning coach.
star guys, that were really.
Vrabel was
Vrabel's pretty good. Yeah.
He never won a Super Bowl, but he's still a coach. He's a good coach.
Oh yeah.
He coaches good winners.
Frank Reich won one game.
Well, I mean, Tony Dungy.
I mean,
He was a-
Tomlin.
he was
I
a-
don't know
he
how
was
good he
defensive
was.
back.
Yeah, it was a D-bag. That's right. D-bag. This beer is getting warm, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Is that really the beer song?
It is now.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you drink. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Beer is good, and I thought about bringing like 3 different beers because I haven't been here for 3 weeks, but I brought 2. We're just going to do 1 beer of the week. The other one will be for dessert later. But this one comes from the great state of Colorado. The brewery is called Weldworks Brewing. And I caught on to this beer a couple of years ago. It's called Juicy Bits. Kind of like my night guard. And it's just a great, juicy, hoppy IPA, Scott. I'm sure you're going to hate it. But I saw this one the other day. It's called Extra Juicy Bits. So it's a little bit extra hoppy, a little stronger, too. It's an 8.6 ABV.
I think I met that girl at a wedding one time.
So extra, read all about it. Try it. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Pork rinds are good, too. Beer is good. Pork rinds. One, none, or all, guys.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll watch Ed's face. Ed's face first.
I'd like that.
Smooth.
Oh, not smooth, but it's a meal.
I think it bit me.
Yeah, it's got bite. It's a sipper, that's for sure.
Get out of here, pumpkin pie here. Freak.
So Weldworks Brewing, Greenwood, Colorado, and you can get it in Wisconsin now, which is great. It's all the festival food.
Festival?
So,
Nice.
yeah, probably it comes and goes fast. Kind of like one of those that they don't make all the time. But good beer. Yeah. So cheers.
I
You
drink
it?
it. I like it. Yeah.
Scott hates it.
All right.
Ed likes it. I brought you something you'll like though. After or whatever. Or we could have it now. The hazelnut KBS.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's one of Scott's favorites.
Did we finally finish all that beer from Good City?
There might be some in there.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
still got 1 or 2. I got $50 left in there. I think it's 1 can.
Just put a $50 bill in there next time. What the hell?
What did we have last week? We had that one I got at Sagatuck.
It was banana split.
Banana split.
Oh, yikes!
It was good.
A stout?
Just me and you did it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We drank.
You guys shared a banana split and a night guard.
We met in the middle.
The cherry was on top for sure.
It was weird though. I was eating mine, and Willie just kept going like this. Back and forth. Oh, the banana. I don't know what he was doing.
It was like Lady and the Tramp.
But he kept backing away, coming back, back. Kept teasing me. It was weird.
It's weirder with banana compared to spaghetti.
Really, is this your beard? Oh.
It feels like I'm chewing a mop.
Well, you really need to shave. Is this the new segment?
When Willie talks once in a while.
That's right.
Dead air.
So let's
swell.
Okay, we got a little.
Hey, we should talk about the NBA.
Let's talk about the NBA real quick. The playoffs start this week. The play-in games begin. We have New Orleans playing San Antonio and Minnesota and LA in the West. And then we have number 9, 10, Atlanta versus Charlotte in the East, along with Brooklyn, number 7, versus Cleveland, number 8. Winner of the 7-8 game becomes the 7th seed. Loser will play the winner of the 9-10 game. 9-10 loser is out. These will be over by the weekend, and Saturday is when the real playoffs start. Let's start out with, we'll go make picks real quick for each series and give our conference finals and blah, blah, blah. You know how we do it. We got Phoenix versus number 8. Whoever it's going to be, it's going to be either, it could be Minnesota, LA, New Orleans, or San Antonio. Well, it can't be San Antonio.
LA Clippers.
It's got to be the Clippers or, no, it could be anybody, actually. I'm sorry. So, I mean, Phoenix, and we have every not think Phoenix going win the first round.
I think Phoenix is going to. Did you guys do good, bad, and ugly?
Yes.
Because my good was going to be the season that the Minnesota T-Wolves had. Had a great season this year. They won 46 games. They just extended their coach. They're a solid team. I think they're. I mean, if they end up being a 7 seed, then we're not even talking about them with the Suns. But regardless, yeah, the Suns are going to win.
Okay. Yeah. You like every Suns? We all agree on the Suns.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a 4-5 matchup, Dallas Utah, which I think is going to be a very good series. Well, there's a lot of very good series. I think as we talk, I think the West has a better first round series. I think than maybe the East will have possibly. Hopefully the Bucks are what we think they are. But we'll get to them in a minute. So Dallas Utah, Ed, what do you think about Dallas Utah? Luka versus Donovan Mitchell.
I like Dallas. I just think the
and I'm Luka hurt his calf here tonight.
Yeah, I know. I saw
So
that.
I'm sorry.
I think they've been
Dallas.
Dallas has been great. I mean, and they're an exciting team, but I think they haven't been there. Like the Jazz have a little bit more playoff experience. I'm going to pick the Jazz.
Okay. What do you like, Willie? Write down your picks, you guys.
Yeah.
Notable. We'll kind of keep track of anything.
And then we'll argue later.
Yeah.
Hey, so if he's out the first game, I think he'll be back the next. But I'm going with
You know, and how about? I'm sorry. Let's just pick these rounds.
Yeah,
as it moves on, we won't do the whole thing.
Right, just do the first round. That's what I'm
Well, you know what we can do while we after we do the first round, we'll talk about who we think is going to be in the finals.
Yeah, that's fine.
Real quick. We'll keep the rounds separate.
That's fine.
Okay,
that's cool.
So I like Phoenix obviously too. Who'd you say? Dallas. I'm sorry.
I went Dallas.
Okay, I'm going to go Dallas also. I just think I don't know. Dallas.
It's a more fun team to watch.
It's a tough series, yeah. Golden State, Denver, another good series. Jamal Murray was talked about coming back. Still on hold. I'd love to see him come back in the series. I think that Denver could give him a run with him, and they got the Joker. I know that. But if Curry's healthy, which we're not sure, this is such a hard series to pick. But if Golden State's at full strength, they're going to be hard out no matter what. I like Golden State in this game, in this series. And if Curry's out, and this will be a 7-game series, Curry plays, it'll be a 5-game series. That's fine.
Yeah.
But Curry, 100% hasn't played in a while, so I don't know. So I like Golden State. Golden State.
Ed?
Golden State.
I think they've been probably just a little cautious with Curry. I think he'll be fine. Clay's been playing out of his mind. I love to see him taking the Warriors. Banana?
Yep. Go ahead.
Banana split?
I'm going to go with the Warriors. I was trying to find the stat that I read today that was really interesting about how much or how little that the Warriors play together.
Oh, yeah.
The big three.
Oh, and with Wiseman being out as well.
Right. How little. I mean, there was one point where two of the guys played 7 seconds.
But they still played, but they still won 3 games.
He still won. Yeah, and that's the thing I wanted to make.
Good
That
role
point.
players.
It's
too.
talking
Wiggins
about,
and-
because I want to go back to AD and LeBron, you know, how those guys, you know, they only played probably like a handful of games together, but these other guys really played together. And I find that style.
Although, who was the kid on Golden State that had a really good year this year?
Oh, the kid from Michigan, Jordan Poole.
He's had good games when he needed.
And he's had to step in for Steph, right? He's a point guard, right?
He was
And
playing,
had
he was
hit
playing the
three.
2, and then now he's playing the point. He
Yeah.
was playing the
Yeah,
point.
he's been versatile.
He's had a solid pickup.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
They got a lot. Seems like they have a lot of good bench players.
They do well.
Guys that come in. and
That's why they're always
well coached. They
Uh-huh.
believe in the team.
Yeah.
And there's your competition against the Lakers mentality.
There is no LeBron in.
Yeah, there's no LeBron in the team. Even at the top, Curry and Clay and Draymond. I mean, they love each other, and they play well together.
Yeah.
They play like a team.
I agree.
So.
So we have Golden State. Okay, so who'd you pick? Golden State.
Golden State.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask that. Okay, so this next series, Memphis versus 7th. Minnesota Clippers. It'll be one of them. So, John Morant is supposed to be playing. I think he's healthy. I think John Morant is one of the best players in the NBA. And usually, the best player with a good team will win. And I'm taking Memphis in this series. Well, it's John Morant.
You see what his vertical is?
What?
44.
Wow.
I'm 42.
I thought it was 43.
Is that what yours was? 42?
It's yesterday.
My mouth guard's 42.
I know I was in the upper 20s, and that was high. That was skying.
I never did a vertical.
I think I was at like 25, 26, somewhere up in there.
There's a lot of guys who are
And
like
that was-
36.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's straight from the ground, right?
It's no step. These guys might step through the one step with 1 foot.
Yeah.
We had to hold our feet pretty much together and jump straight up.
Never do that.
Clench your buttock when you did that too.
Whatever, Ed.
You got me
you
my
couldn't
drip.
jump over a Husher phone book.
It got me it got me on this job here at Benchwarmers.
There we go.
So who do you like, Memphis versus Minnesota? Or
Memphis all
Okay.
the way.
I mean, even without Morant, they've been playing incredible.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I like Memphis. I think
Yeah.
they're great.
Willie. Okay, so other side we got Miami versus the 8th seed.
18. No, I don't even know.
It could
Doesn't
be
matter. That
Brooklyn,
depends.
Cleveland, Charlotte, or
Those are
Atlanta.
good teams. Miami.
I don't know if it ends up being the Nets. Do I have to decide without knowing if it's going to be the Nets?
Yeah.
And yeah,
We all have to.
I'm taking the 8th. Well, they could be the 7th seed though. You know what? I'm going to take the Heat.
Willie?
Going with Team Hero.
I'm going to take Miami also. Philly, Toronto. Big series.
So Philly's number 2 seed then?
4.
Okay,
4
Philly's
5.
a 4.
Toronto's 5. Philly,
Who's
Toronto.
Philly's coach?
You're
Doc
I'm
Rivers.
taking Toronto.
and they have a player that cannot go and play in Toronto.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if he's very good, but he's part of the rotation.
All right. I'm going against Doc Rivers.
Okay, who can't go?
I can't remember the guy's name. You got it, Willie? You looking it up? I see you working over there.
I'm not
You're
looking
going
at
to
that.
take Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse, another rumor to go coach Blake.
Yeah, he
That's
could
a
be.
career killer for him.
It'll be Doc Rivers.
Oh, man.
Tyronn Lue.
Yeah. Who do you like, Philly or Toronto?
I actually kind of like Toronto. I think Toronto's just a pesky team. So I'm gonna take the Raptors.
I'm thinking Toronto, and here's the reason why. Think about this. How much pressure is on Harden right now? He's always sucked in the playoffs pretty much, right? I mean, he doesn't show up. A lot of times he didn't show up there. He didn't score the points that, he did during the regular season here. So there's a lot of pressure on him. And I'm thinking, they kind of went all in on this guy, didn't they?
Yeah.
On Harden. There's a ton of pressure on him. I think he's going to fold.
I could be wrong. The last time these teams played in the playoff series, wasn't it the ball that bounced thing
Oh, yeah.
went in?
The Kawhi shot.
And they went on to beat the Bucks.
Yes.
I got 2 words. Joel Embiid. He's a difference in this game. Harden doesn't matter. Nobody matters. Joel Embiid is the difference. They have no answer. Not going to answer unless they go back to their old defense, what they did against Giannis. But the thing about Embiid, he could get shots from the outside more consistent. Giannis could back that. That was a different factor. I like when you have the best team on the court, like I said before, it's hard to beat the best team on the court. Yeah. And they got good players around them, not just Harden. They have a good team. They're solid. I agree with what Ed's look was when he said Doc Rivers. You have to get over the hump of Doc Rivers being your coach.
Yeah, he'll make some bad calls.
I do. I'm going to take Philly just because it's hard. Joel Embiid is. I don't think he's going to allow himself to get to the final. There's a chance for him to get there. I don't think he's going to get beat by rounds again. Is decent. They're not great. They're decent.
Harden has to be there though, and like you said, the pressure and stress. The mental stress usually leads to a physical issue for James Harden. Yeah. It really does. So if he's not there, can Embiid beat the Raptors by himself?
Now if Toronto wins one, right?
Yeah,
that's a 4-5. It's just like the 4-5 the other side.
It's exciting to pick them. Whatever.
Milwaukee, Chicago is the next one. The Bulls will host. Milwaukee will be the home team for this. 3-6.
Well, I went to this game a couple weeks back, and Milwaukee destroyed them, and then they went down to Chicago and pretty much beat up on them again. So I'm going Milwaukee on that.
Fuck. Here we go.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going with the Bucks here. As long as they wear the right color shoes.
Yeah.
We did notice. Who was it?
Drew Holiday.
Oh, it was Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, and then Rosen, he had these big stupid yellow shoes on.
That's right, yeah.
And then at halftime, he came out with a whole different pair of shoes on. He looked much better.
Huh. Let's hope that Donkey Milton shows up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Now Drew Holiday actually played. He played the other night. Did you guys hear this? For 8 seconds.
Yeah, to get his bonus.
It's 360,000.
Which was awesome that people think about that.
Yeah, it's good. I don't have an issue with it. Let them have it.
Play the whole game and win it.
Yeah, Dick. Oh, sorry.
No LeBron.
Yeah, no LeBron. So the final Boston versus the 7th seed, which will be Brooklyn or Cleveland. Yeah, Brooklyn, Cleveland will be that seed. Ed.
Brooklyn. If that ends up being the case, I'm taking Brooklyn.
We can play now, right? Yep. Home and away.
Yep. Well, I mean, but he can't go inside in Philadelphia.
Timing's everything, I say.
Dude, these teams from 10-1 are almost they're within a couple games.
Yeah.
Even. It's crazy.
I'm gonna go with the Suns.
Tough one for me because actually Cleveland's gonna be next 2 weeks.
And you still took the Heat?
Yeah. The Heat.
Yeah, I mean, they're solid.
Solid. Yeah. So you got Cleveland, Boston here.
I believe so.
Just because the game's in Cleveland? Yep.
No, it's in Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn's the higher. Yeah,
Brooklyn's
Brooklyn is the 7. Okay.
Either way, Boston. Tatum's having having a career year.
Is he hurt?
They say he'll play. I mean, that's another thing. I wish we knew more of this because if he was out, I would probably take where they played. But I'm gonna go with the Celtics. Also, it's tough. I mean, I don't know. The further the Nets advance, it's gonna get harder. You don't want to win. You don't, as a Bucks fan, I don't want to win this first year.
And here's the thing:
I want them out.
They haven't played together a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're gonna get him in there. I mean, just him. I think Simmons isn't playing. I think it was huge for them. It doesn't matter if he plays or not because they got rid of Hart.
Right.
He's not there. He's not there. Not in the mix. They have 2 guys, and that's all they need. You don't want to see it. So hopefully this is what happens, Boston. So, if you guys look at what you have right now, who do you think is going to be in the finals for both sides, and the conference finals for both sides?
I'll go Phoenix, Memphis, and Miami, Milwaukee.
Okay. And who do you think is going to be in the finals?
Memphis, Miami, and Miami win, and I picked them at the beginning.
Miami. Eric.
I think I have Milwaukee, and I have Milwaukee and the Heat. And then on the other side, I have I like the Suns to repeat. I actually like the Warriors. The Suns, the Warriors. That's possible, right? No, because Suns are the 1 seed.
Yeah, 1, 4, 2,
Yeah,
3.
they played a 4. It would be Golden State would play Memphis.
One always plays the.
Well, I could have a Western Conference Finals of.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's what I like. Warriors, Suns.
Okay. What?
You didn't pick the finals.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I picked my.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I picked both.
You got Phoenix Suns.
I got a repeat of last year. Fuck Milwaukee. Yeah.
You think they'll win it?
But.
Willie.
In 7.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Miami, Milwaukee.
Okay. And
Suns, Warriors. I'm gonna go with Suns, Miami. Suns win.
Suns who?
Suns, Miami.
Okay.
Miami and Suns win.
Man, it's tough because I don't know. I'm going back up with it. I really want to pick. I really like Memphis because I like John Morant, but I think I'm going to go Golden State Phoenix. I'm going to take Golden State to the finals. I think at the beginning of the year I told you I'm picking them to win the whole thing. And I believe it's going to be. I believe it's going to affect the Bucks. I win that game. I believe they're going to lose 7 games at Celtics in the second round. I believe they're going to lose at the Garden in the last. They're going to lose there. And I believe it's going to be Boston and Golden State in the finals. Ooh. I think Jason Tatum, if he's healthy, they're playing, and Boston plays really, really good defense. And can't get away from the Bucks that 3-point defense. It's not good. I mean, they're letting guys. I know last year they were great.
Match up good against Golden State, right?
But in the playoffs, they were really good in the playoffs. Which got changed. I don't know. I hope they win. I'm rooting for them, obviously, but I'm going to go Golden State and Boston. I'm picking Golden State to win the whole thing. I believe I picked Golden State. I might have picked Golden State wrong. I'm picking Golden State to win the whole thing. That was told in the whole that they were going to be, and they hit a bump in the middle of the year, but they're in. So.
Yeah,
I did find that stat, by the way.
Yes, what is it?
So the Big Three have just played 11 minutes together this season.
In Golden State, we're talking
about the Golden State. Okay. Yep. And then their projected typical starting lineup, which would have had Wiggins and Looney, they played just 7 seconds together.
Do you know like a minute of that, or no, that time they played together was a minute when Draymond Green just wanted to be on the court. For his first game and came off right away.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's because you said how many seconds? You said seconds, right?
Yeah, that was for
so
Looney.
the projected starting lineup.
Well, you said the Big Three. Start with the Big Three.
Big Three. 11 minutes. They played
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Well, the 7 seconds is probably when Draymond Green came out and left.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
So it would have been,
Draymond's been out most of the season, hasn't
well,
he?
he got hurt right. He got hurt right before Klay Thompson came back. It was right.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Then he said, "I want to be on the court with Klay Thompson."
That's right. He got hurt right.
I just want to start with him one game,
and he's been out.
Yeah, he just came off the court and never came back.
And any chance he's going to be back?
I think he's supposed to. they get their 5, they're going to start to beat.
Yeah.
They have their full team.
Yep.
But every team's like that. They have their full team.
You talked about Poole. In March, he averaged 25.4 points, 4.9 assists, and 3.9 rebounds in 19 games.
And I do want to talk about the Bucks again one time. The other thing I kind of the thing that has to happen too for them to do well is that Brook Lopez has to get back to starting against 5 Portis when that's the whole way. Like playoff. Bobby Portis' defense is not good. He's a great guy. I cheer for him. I love the guy. I hope he's there forever. He kills him on defense. He's terrible. Brook Lopez has to play for 25.
I think it'll get there.
28
It'll
minutes,
be there.
hopefully, in the playoffs. The first round, they'll get away with it. By the second round, hopefully, he's going to build back up. And hopefully, Middleton don't suck. Hopefully, he's a top 40 player, not a top 70 player.
I know. Jeez. Drew Holiday is better than last year. Drew Holiday is a better player than last year. And I think that's going to be the difference. I mean, I don't know if they're better or worse than last year, but I just think he's incredible this year.
The one thing Drew Holiday has done is that he's more aggressive on the offense.
Yeah.
He would give the ball up and stuff. He's very. I think we were at a game one time. We're talking about that. I think we were at.
It was me and you. You and I were talking about.
Like he just don't shoot. And I think the game we're at is like he went after it. I'm like, oh, he's like averaging like 20.
Yeah,
he's the second best player on our team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're not going to get any argument on that.
He's a great pick for that team. It was a great pickup. You called it.
What a great trade.
Yeah.
His defense. Nobody talks about defense, especially in basketball. His defense. You can guard your best player. And then they don't have the only thing they don't have the other guy now that can kind of like they had. Tucker, I don't have.
Could be Allen, but Allen's not as good of a defender. He's just
that's the thing. I'm looking
he's
for
just
that guy
that dog.
Gets in your
He's
face
the dog,
and isn't afraid of getting in your face. Portis will, but Portis can't defend.
Yeah, Portis is just. He's going to do it on the offense.
Portis has the same talent.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have the same thing. Tucker was just.
Yeah, he's insane. And most championship teams have a guy.
Now he's with
the Heat. Yeah.
The Heat.
Yeah, and he's got a solid season.
Back to back.
I just think Bucks is talented. I think it's too good.
I'll say this. I think
can't stop Giannis.
I think he's
yeah. Yeah. No, and they've been doing it without Paul. Yeah. And that's why I think Curry will be the same way when he comes back. He'll just float right back in.
Curry.
Not like he was out half season.
No,
he missed 20 games.
And I think they said he kept him out last year. Yeah, they're like, let's we're fully healed.
He's dancing on the sideline and making fun of people and stuff. Did you see that move where I can't remember what it somebody stole it was the Warriors were playing the Jazz and it could have been your pool guy. Hit a shot on COVID guy. Gobert.
Oh, Gobert.
Gobert. And Gobert, he was trying to defend him and trying to get to him, and he hit the three, and Gobert went like this. Like a baby, threw his arms down, and Curry's standing up. He goes, like right next to me. He's right behind me. Like that. Like he was upset. Like he was like temper tantrum because he couldn't defend his three or whatever. It was hilarious. Hey, nice sweatshirt.
You're talking about Milwaukee's D here. They just made a point here. No, how bad they are. They said they went from number 9 during the regular season to number 1 in the playoffs.
Yeah, they last year had a big charge.
Right now, but this year they dropped out of the top 10 and they were number 14 this year. Yeah, so
their defense.
So does that mean they're going to be number 4 now in defense?
That's so good. Yeah, I mean we'll see. I obviously I hope they win. Everyone wants to you want to see it winning.
Oh yeah, I mean around here,
yeah, it was fun. But
winning makes everything better around here.
So why don't you give us a couple dad jokes for them?
A couple dad jokes, okay.
So we can watch the Lakers and drink another beer.
What do you call?
Don't open it yet. That's the Laker beer.
What do you call an IT teacher who touches a student?
What?
That's terrible.
What do you call an IT teacher who touches a student?
I don't know.
PDF file. Get it? PDF.
Why do ducks have feathers? Like to cover their butt quack.
Oh, I like that one. We better be a PDF file joke.
You like that one?
Oh, it's horrible.
Did you hear Biden's in the hospital? Couldn't stop pooping. Finally, my winter fat has gone. Now I have spring rolls.
I like that one.
I did like that one.
You always get 2 spring rolls.
Why doesn't James Bond fart in bed?
I don't know.
His blow his cover.
That part's awesome.
Yeah, it is. How does a computer get drunk?
Hard liquor drive? I don't know. What do you got?
It takes screenshots.
Wow. These are really bad this week.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Oh, jeez. I grilled a chicken for 2 hours.
And he didn't answer the question.
But it still wouldn't tell me why it crossed the road.
That's a good one. All right, leave it at that. I'll be here all week.
Ed, how do you get a country girl's attention?
Or your birth certificate? I don't know.
Mouth guard.
That's tractor.
Exactly.
That's all I got, kids.
Okay. Anything else, Willie?
I do have this day in sports history.
You guys know that it takes balls to compete in women's sports in 2022?
Is that the shower stall?
No, I wrote that down the other day. I think it might be a good t-shirt.
Wow.
So this day in 1936, in the Stanley Cup final, this team beat the Toronto Maple Leafs for its first.
Montreal Canadiens.
Nope.
Blackhawks.
Red Wings.
You got it.
Gotta be original
There's
six.
only
Right?
one left.
I made it original. That's all I was just naming them,
There
right?
was 2
I was on
teams
the right
back
path,
then.
right? I was on the right path.
8.
The original 6. It was
There's no 8.
Vancouver was one, right? No?
no, it was Boston. Was it Boston?
Boston,
Rangers.
Chicago, Detroit.
Maple Leafs.
Yeah, because
Canadians?
and the Canadians.
Canadians. Yeah. In 1962, the New York Mets made a losing debut. 1963, this guy was traded. Oh, wait. One question. 1963, Milwaukee Braves future Hall of Famer Warren Spahn beat the Mets. One for how many wins?
30? I mean, for his career?
Yeah.
Oh.
312.
Well,
Very close.
Yeah, he was at 324 or something.
Very close. 328.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Most by a left-hander. 1965, this guy beat is a second of 6 Masters. Like, it's a
What
big
year?
giveaway.
Jack Nicklaus.
1965. And he had a 17 to beat Gary Player and Arnold Palmer by 9 strokes.
Yeah,
You think
So
about
he shot 17 under and they didn't change the course for him. Tiger shoots, they changed the course. Huh.
right?
Huh.
1989.
I agree with that.
I usually don't agree with that, but I'm
That's pretty bad.
yeah.
Well, it was horse plow they had to use to move dirt around.
Easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fuzzy,
In 1989, this goalie for the first playoff.
First time a goalie scored in the playoff.
89.
Still Hextall or
Ron Hextall.
Yeah.
You're right.
and then he skated across the ice to fight.
Right.
He did the jersey that video.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh my god.
That guy liked the fight. This dude was a little controversial this year. Won his first Masters in 2004.
Oh,
He beat Ernie
Phil
Els.
Mickelson.
Phil.
Yeah. Philly.
Supposedly he's playing in the PGA. He's got to defend his title.
What's the big deal? What did he do wrong? I don't even
I
think
don't-
everything.
I'm
Because he told the
No.
truth again.
Because he just said what he wanted. And
He said the
everybody's
Saudis, hey, they did some bad things, but they're not that, they're not that bad to deal with or something like that.
He
So.
just kind of proved to people that he was just all about
Well, you can
money
play on the
and-
American tour where we fiddle in other people's international affairs.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. He's a poor guy alone.
it's perfect for him to come back to the PGA because he won there last year. I think
The Chinese tour is the tough one. That one's coming up soon. Of course, they're a lot smaller.
I know that, man.
He's a horse's
The
ass.
American tour.
We got a couple birthdays here.
Wow. We can do this all night.
This guy was born in Chicago Heights, Illinois, in 1964, and he played for the Royals. Okay. There's a picture.
Saberhagen.
There you go, Brett Saberhagen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Chicago Heights.
Only other Royal I know.
This guy, he played for the Yankees, played for the Rangers. His birthday is 1980. He's first baseman. Sure. There you go. He's born in Annapolis, Maryland.
Yeah, he was a pretty well-known like high school kid.
But that was Navy.
Probably. Yeah.
Right, Navy is Annapolis.
Annapolis,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weddings. Pete Rose was married on this day, 1984. And so was Roger Federer. Married. Did you realize his wife was a WTA tennis player as well?
Pete Rose?
No, Roger Federer.
Isn't he married to the one that
There's no comma in there.
she got knifed?
Miroslava? No, that's not.
Angus was with, wasn't he with Rory McIlroy for a while?
No,
or something?
with,
Or another golfer?
Oh, that's another.
Sergio
time.
Garcia.
Sergio,
Yes,
yeah.
Sergio's another guy that we were talking about come out like gangbusters and then just disappeared too. They were talking. He wasn't
up
that
in
good,
years.
but they talked about him.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's ironically he won his major late in his
He
career.
won a Masters, yeah.
Yeah, and that was only just 4 years
Yeah, that's
ago.
all he's ever won is one match.
One major. Yeah, he was a phenom in 19.
Yeah, they were talking about him. The next Tiger.
Was he a Tony?
Tony. Justin was that other guy.
Yep.
He was a
Rose.
phenom too, and never. Well, he won one a U.S. Open. It was late in his career.
That's all I got.
Closing thoughts. Hell out of here.
Well, I want to do a baseball thing real quick.
Yep.
Closing thoughts.
That's perfect. Over here.
Because there's this guy on the Mariners now. He's
Time's
like
up.
he's possibly going to be rookie of the year. He's big, hyped up prospect Julio Rodriguez.
Yep.
And we all agree the most single important thing in the baseball season is to get him a cool nickname. Jesus Christ! All I hear is J-Rod. Hey, J-Rod. Can't they come up with something better than J-Rod? This guy's a phenom. Get him a real nickname.
Phenom?
I would take the J Train over J-Rod. How about the Dominican Assassin? J Thunder? No, the Latin Achilles? No, I'm just trying to get anything but J-Rod.
Thanks a lot, Ed Rod.
E-Rod.
Iraq. My closing thoughts are: I want to give a shout out to a really cool golf course I played yesterday. I don't know, maybe it's more well known than I imagined, but I learned about it. It's in Eagle, Wisconsin, called Eagle Springs. It's a 9-hole course. It is 130 years old. It's the oldest course in Wisconsin. It was established in 1893. It's 9-hole only, and it is ranked 22 in the world as a 9-hole course. They rank the 9-hole courses. The second hole is called the Volcano. I'll show you guys pictures after this. It's the most interesting golf hole I ever played in my life.
Crown.
Oh my gosh! Like this, the pictures won't even do it justice. Oh, sorry. It was a last minute thing. Sorry, but yeah. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Well, we weren't talking about mouth guys. But yeah, so just Eagle Springs, check it out. It's pretty cool. About 50-minute drive from here.
Check it out yesterday.
Yeah. All right, sorry.
Where is it near?
Well, it's in Eagle, which is near Guanago, kind of in that
What time did you go?
Marine area. It was like 9:30ish.
Oh, I could go.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I haven't heard from you in weeks, so you're mad at me.
I invited you.
know.
Anyway. Willie, you're up, Willie.
Hey, you know what? I grilled a chicken for 2 hours. You know that?
Yeah, what did it
He
say?
still wouldn't tell me why he crossed the
You
road.
get anything
Son
out
of
of
a
it?
bitch. But still wouldn't tell me why he crossed the road. What did I learn today? I learned that Eric brought a decent beer today.
I got a better one for you too. I'm about to open it.
Oh yeah. All right.
Is that all, Willie?
Want me to slap you a little bit here?
So let's shut
Benny
this.
Hill.
Let's shut this moneymaker down.
So we are not going to be here next week. Everybody's on vacation in different parts of the
Banana
world.
hammocks.
Where are you going, Eric?
Galveston. We had
Galveston.
Sounds
Galveston Island. It's a beach town, coastal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Austria.
Austria. G'day, mate. Put
Spring-
another shrimp on a
spring break.
bobby.
It's going to Galveston during spring break.
It's Easter break. It's like not even. Yeah. So we had we had enough. We had enough Southwest rewards. It's free flight for the 6 of us to Houston, and then
6. You got another kid we don't know about?
there's 6 of us.
Oh yeah.
I have 4 children.
Oh yeah.
And a wife. What's her name? Heather. So yeah, free flight to Houston.
When are you
and
guys
then
leaving?
Saturday, and we come back Wednesday. Just because the kids have Carla and Logan have that tournament in Medell Friday morning or whatever that's for it. So
You can't miss.
yeah, whatever. Just too. I don't want to miss
The
any
Ducks.
days of work.
I don't know how long I have that job.
Yeah, exactly.
The sticker business.
Yeah. Too many stickers.
You just got it back here.
I know. I'm going to take another 3-week hiatus.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to Florida.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Orlando.
Nice. To Disney or?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We
You gotta wear a mask or no? Mask?
No, yeah, it doesn't.
I'll get back soon, I bet.
It's a freeze for all.
Is it free for all?
Freeze for all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Just
they-
any
they-
gender questions.
I think they
guess.
have like meth stations too. You can just do meth before you go on a ride. They changed their ways.
Yeah, they're trying to make you. Anything this is doing.
Transgender.
Everything's being
genderless.
They're grooming you.
Yeah, grooming you.
Yeah. New World Order. Is that what it is?
It'd be funny when a humble goes
I'm
bushes
just
there.
gonna drink
When a
this.
humble goes bushes. Anyway, so
Really funny when
Ed's
you're walking
going
around
to
back there.
Ed's going to Mexico.
Mexico.
Really?
Mexico?
Where are you going?
Quintana Roo.
Are you going anywhere? You go north? You going to?
I'm going to
Georgetown?
Door this weekend.
Oh,
but-
for Easter?
yeah, just.
Why don't you guys think of? Does Shauna have home next week?
Yeah, she has to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
theirs was earlier, right?
If you want to come to Mexico, we got enough room. You could, if you want to sleep on the
No,
couch.
screw him. You don't want to go with me when I wanted to go.
We didn't. I was in.
I know you were.
I went anyways. I'm the only one that went.
You're the one that wanted to go. These two didn't want to go. They were too cool. So next year,
Oh, I didn't get a text.
we new bikinis.
I could have went. I didn't get a text.
Yeah, let's go somewhere besides Mexico. I might not like this. We'll find out.
Oh, Mexico's cool.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, Mexico's cool.
I've only been to
Depends
Cabo.
on where.
He's going to
TJ?
Playa
I'm
del
going to
Carmen?
Playa del Carmen.
Yeah,
I've been to the other one, Cabo, on the other coast.
Yeah.
Cabo's cool. I heard.
Over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no show next week. Yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Talking about the hockey playoffs.
Yeah, we'll talk about. it,
Oh
I guess.
shit! Yeah,
We'll have to get Adam
we gotta
on.
get the dude on. Yeah,
Get Adam on.
The dude.
McKelvey.
Maybe we can get him to come up here.
He's got a new dog.
Yeah, do you see that dog?
Yeah, it's a big dog.
Glasses like he had.
I know. That dog is cute.
What else? Baseball still going on. We'll talk more about the NBA playoffs. By then, we'll probably do
Yes.
the next round. We can make our next picks for the next round.
Yeah.
What else? Football, the draft, August 20th.
Oh, the USFL?
USFL, yeah.
Oh,
Did you see
yeah.
the new technology you're trying to use for first down?
We do fantasy
So
in USFL.
Look, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Look it up. The football must have a chip in it, and they can tell where the ball's placed for a first down and stuff. That's technology.
That's
How do they
awesome.
know when the knee's down, though?
Yeah, I don't know. Jay showed me a clip. I have to see and whatever. So
Okay.
it's kind of cool. I think it's more for where the ball's placed by the ref.
Okay.
And then they know what a line is. You don't got to bring a measure. You don't got to bring a stick out.
Ah, I got you.
Also, yeah. Oh, the draft, April 28th. We'll be doing our show. Hopefully, we can off the year. It's a Thursday, April 28th. Like a month. So NFL draft coming up.
Yeah, we do
us.
a show, right?
Live with the draft. That's always exciting.
I've heard that.
It is exciting.
Wow.
Very
Oh,
exciting.
wow. Anyway, we're the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Once again, see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good Easter, good Friday. And for Ed, Willie, and Eric, I am Scott. And have a good evening.
I hate the eyes.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened about that?
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. We're going out, we're celebrating, we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'll give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginnings.